here.
All right. Well, since I'm not participating tonight, should I just bounce now? And
Yeah, yeah. If you want to, you can, or if you want to hang out until Jeff gets here, it's totally it's whatever you want, man. We're still waiting on Jeff, and so we're getting.
I'd like it. I'd like it if you were able to hang out for a little bit, but I know that's contingent on work and everything like that.
Craig, can you please reserve your flirting with Jay, to a point when we're not. No.
Him and I got really close.
No, I get that. Yeah, no. So the work you're doing, is it pretty labor intensive right now, Jay?
No. I mean, I'm basically right now. I'm loading everything up and I'm testing it. So, and a lot of it is me waiting for the editor to load and the map to load, and and then pressing a button, looking where I'm at, and then tweaking something, and then restarting the editor, waiting for it to load.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, it's like hitting my head against a brick wall. It's awesome.
I'm sorry to hear that, brother.
Yeah.
Well, so again, we for those of you that are watching live that have tuned in right now, we are waiting on Dark Redeemer to return to the household so we can get playing. I'll need a second.
He's also only got another 4 minutes before he's just banned forever.
Yes, yeah. I actually sent in my ninjas to actually have him. They're actually going to cook him alive. First, they're going to they're going to season him, and then they're going to cook him alive. And then they're going to eat him. It'll be delicious.
And it's actually going to be entirely live streamed as well.
And also entirely kosher, which is something that you wouldn't expect from.
Is that cooking. Because it's not pork?
Yes.
Is that why?
Yes. Yeah. Well, in fact, that's something that you don't often realize with the kosher. With a good pork substitute is actually the flesh of your enemies. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I love about this stream. That's something new every day.
Yes. That's a real. That's a real orthodox. Kosher. But yeah. Okay, so we need to let. Can someone reach out to Dark Redeemer and let him know that he's been invited to the call and he needs to sign in as soon as he's on.
Yeah.
And Jay, are you gonna stick around for a little while? Or do you need to get out of here?
Yeah. I mean, I guess I can.
You can stick around for a little while.
Yeah.
All right. Right on. Where's your boggling, dude? Where's your camera? Where's your boggling? You don't bring your
I'm kind of in the same situation as Craig, where I really can't be showing because there might be stuff going on the background screen on.
Oh yes.
That's like NDA type stuff.
Can't have you showing off all the pretty new spaceship secrets.
Wait! I thought you were working. I thought you were working on a religious game. I thought your game was like, wasn't that what it was? Jay, wasn't it like Salvation 6, the christening, christening of the Christian.
I cannot confirm nor deny that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
If relevant.
Yeah. Yeah. That's because I was like that sounds awesome, man. Like you, it's you going through a mall, and you just have to convert people just by the power of your rhetoric, and so, and there's the really difficult there's the mall rat kids. Dude. Yeah.
He's working on venture, he's working on Vertigo Games. It's Adam's Venture. It's an episodic adventure game about Adam from the Bible.
Yeah, but that's not as fun as mine. I don't want him to be doing that. Damn it! I want him to be doing my game, where he's running around a mall and he has to convert unsuspecting mall goers. And,
it's kind of like what was that? What was that zombie game that took place in a mall?
Yes, yeah. It's exactly like that, except there's no killing. It's just finding unsuspecting mall goers and then trying to sidle a conversation about Jesus into your basic conversation without it being awkward and weird.
I motorboat religion into them. So I go around unsuspecting.
I thought, you're playing you're playing the easy mode. Yeah. Well, yeah, of course, yeah. That's
Easy mode.
you just walk up.
The difference between yours and the difference between mine is real.
Are you kidding me? You've never had to do some evangelizing? Oh, an actual game? Yeah. Well, but that's not his game. Unless it is. Is that the game you're working on?
He can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll bet you the Adam game is just him running around like naming animals. Yeah, you're a sassafras and you're a mulch muncher, and you're and then most of them die. Most of them die because they're basically brand new and have no idea how to survive in the world.
What is a mole muncher?
What? It was mulch muncher.
Oh, I thought you said mole muncher. Like I'd go around chewing people's moles off. Like
yes. Well, that's the later evolution. Yeah. Once they lose the ch.
It's stage 1 of carpet muncher.
No,
I am kind of surprised that we don't see more games based off of like fictionalized wstories from the Bible.
If you,
whether you believe it or not,
I'm 100% certain that there are games, that there are all sorts of games. I'm certain that they're like 4th or 5th tier terrible games.
No, I found the list of them. Like they exist. I'm saying like I'm surprised we don't have big like a list of them is in chat, but like I'm surprised we don't have the battle of the Gideon's battle, which is effectively very similar to a 300-esque battle where it was a very small number.
But yeah,
and other people.
Why? But the thing is what you're doing is you're ostracizing absolutely any person that can't abide the Christian faith, right? So the thing is like so you're getting rid of all the atheists, you're getting rid of anybody that doesn't believe, you're getting rid of all the Muslims, all the Jews. The thing is like you're cutting your market into serious fractions, right? I mean, the thing is, if there wasn't an overt religious perspective, but then the thing is but then you would do it like what you do is you just be like ancient Middle Eastern, like that's they call it like something like the thing is like there's not a lot, there's nothing really sexy about the Bible. I mean, there definitely is if you get into the actual scripture. There's definitely all sorts of sex. It's like incest and it's crazy. It's
the Old
awesome.
Testament is a weird place.
It's my favorite place. There's no place where you can just run around smiting people just because you don't like them, and you're anointed by God.
Years old.
What was that?
And he lived to be like 500 years old and shit.
Yeah, of course, yeah, because that actually happened. Yeah, that's back when they used to count years as a day. They're like, oh my God. He's 500 years old. Oh, yeah. You mean he's a year and a half? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, Lord Curtis. How you doing, brother? Well, Jeff said I should be back in time and totally failed miserably. He failed miserably. And I can't. All right, so for those of you that are watching, for those of you watching the stream right now, we're waiting on one of our players. Which means that I can't actually even set up the party screen until he's here because I can't set up the call correctly. So we're just leaving it on the opening Let's Party Pathfinder Rules stream thing until he gets here.
Okay. I also want to let you guys know that I might have to bounce at any time because I could be getting a Skype call from work.
Okay.
So it might be beneficial for me to just go ahead and leave. I don't. No.
You know what, man? You know what? I see what you're saying. You're just too cool, aren't you? You're like you've been calculating, you've been measuring the amount of cool that you might be able to get out of this conversation, and you're realizing I'm way too cool for this conversation. I get it, you jerk.
Or I could log in on my phone because I'm actually logged in on my computer.
Oh yeah.
and then that way they're completely separate.
And then you could have 2 calls at the same time. That would be awesome.
Yeah, you could totally let us just listen in onto your.
No. Just let us. No. Let's do this. This is exactly like. Have you seen that Practical Joker show? It'll be exactly like that. We will feed you lines that you have to say. We will feed you lines you have to say. If you don't do it, then later on when we all get together, then we have to do some weird prank on you thing. What do you think?
Yep.
Or we just kill your character.
No, don't do that.
No. Yeah, no. Don't worry. Odd is odd. No, there's no killing Odd except in game. But we could definitely ruin your career right now. Tonight, we could ruin your career.
No.
If you're willing to let us, we could take a good shot at ruining your career.
Lovely. I'm just getting my phone set up.
Wow, Jeff really entirely, completely misapprehended how long this was going to take.
He biffed it.
I mean, if he's going to a fast food joint, you would you can never be like, I'll be 10 minutes, because that's the thing is even if you show up at a fast food joint all the time and it's 10 minutes. Like the one time you actually have to get there and be there quick. Like even if there's one car in front of you, you're like, oh great, there's only one car in front of me. This is gonna be great. I should be there. Yeah, that person is ordering for 55 people, and the thing is, and they're gonna check every single meal. And the thing is, and they're gonna quibble over the actual makings of all of them. I said that I wanted.
I said no cheese. I said no pickles.
Yeah. And this one was supposed to have, the fries were supposed to be well done. Those are well done. No, well, they're not really golden. Like I wanted a golden.
Like I wanted them carbonized. Like I want them carbon black.
Yes.
That's how done I want. I want to taste nothing but charcoal when I eat these things.
See, damn it.
What kind of monster does it? Yeah.
I mean, when I worked at Burger King in high school, we had a guy who wanted his burgers extra carbon black. Like he wanted it run through the broiler 5 times until it was a piece of charcoal. And he was like, that's how I want it. You're an idiot.
That's funny. I had some buddies that worked at McDonald's when we were in high school, and they actually anyway, there's more to the story, but I don't want to get into it. But these two guys took 5 or 6 burgers, cooked them until they were tiny little hockey pucks, put them in between buns, and they're like, all right, let's see how many returns we get, and they got 100% returns, and they're like, oh well, that's good.
Hi Jeff.
Hey.
What's up? Sorry, my bad.
Jerk.
Yeah,
jerk.
I'm a terrible person. I'm
You are, man.
terrible, horrible. I mean, you might as well call me Roy Moore.
That would be an insult to Roy Moore's everywhere.
Sorry, Echo.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, I pulled up to the place and there was one person in front of me, so I'm like, okay, this will be quick, and they just sat there.
You know, that was.
See, it was option 2, like you said, Mike. It was option 2.
I said exactly that. Oh Jesus Christ, really? Fuck, man! I just changed the wrong one. All right, so this is gonna be called. Hold on, let me rename this. Party main. And this is. Hold on, give me a second. Sorry, guys. Party. Jesus.
All right, while you're doing that, before we get started, I'm gonna go feed the doge real quick.
All right, I don't. Okay, let me. No, okay, no shit. That's the part. Okay, I don't want to move that one. Okay, I want to do this one.
So now, Mike, what are you actually using for the layouts and everything? Is it in Skype or is it?
No, it's in OBS. So it's basically the thing that allows. Yeah, so it's the thing that's broadcasting to all of you guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
OBS is basically like an audio and video capturing program, right? But it
Yes.
lets you kind of
Yes,
manipulate your screens. You can like have multiple windows. Or
Yeah, and I can be projecting
around.
all sorts of crazy stuff, you know. So
it's kind of like a TriCaster except in software instead of hardware.
did you just make a Star Trek joke? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Tricorder.
Oh yeah, tricorder. That's right. Okay. All right, there we go. So there. All right. So now we got the four of us. Okay. So the last time we were gaming, didn't we play the session without? Wasn't the last time we did a session without someone? Wasn't that without Jay?
No, that was without
Craig.
Without Craig, yeah.
Yeah, it was without me, and then the time before
Jesus
that, it
Christ.
was without Matt.
Yeah. Oh Jesus Christ! All right, well then we have to. All right, so all right, so I'm gonna need a second to figure out an alternate storyline.
So
we can do.
We don't have Jay tonight.
No, yeah, Jay ended up having to work and you know, yeah, he's actually at work. He's actually at work right now. So all right.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
You fucking monkey. No, yeah, don't even sweat it, man.
But I'll hang out and be a fly on the wall. I can't. I'm gonna have to leave at any moment. So
Yeah,
I can't,
no,
I can't fully commit. You know.
I mean, you could. You just care about work more than you do about us, and that really hurts.
I've lost all respect for you.
Yeah, that really hurts. That's what I say. It really, really fucking hurts. All right.
Screw you guys.
Okay, so this one. Oh man, the thing is that, all right. So let me find some basic map sets. I mean, I just have to find some maps I can kind of throw this stuff on. You know what? Fuck it. We're just gonna do. This is gonna be flying by the seat of our pants. So.
I mean, yeah, I really like that. You know, when we did it.
Yeah.
You know, just kind of story wise and.
Yeah.
Not really with the map.
Yeah, and so we're gonna do this one. So basically now the only reason why we got the actual what do you call it, the actual Roll20 thing up is just for actual rolls. Okay, so let's do this. So give me just 1 second to contemplate like exactly what we want to do. So we've got Airloser, we've got Sigfroy, and we've got William Cuddy. So this one's going to take place. This one will actually probably take place in Saint Marn again. Let me just give me so give me a second to. All right, so. All right, so let's do this. So we're gonna why don't we put you guys in? So we'll say this is kind of like maybe about 6 months into the war against the elves, right? And you guys and you guys have the three of you along with Odd. You guys are already sort of a unit now. The four of you have had a handful of successful missions. And why don't we but the thing is, but you've also had a handful of not successful ones. And why don't we pick up right at, so this is a point where this is right at the very end of a not successful one. Basically you guys were trying to collect there was an elven agent that was working for your side. He was one of the like, what's that? What was that? Oh, that's Jay. So there are sort of the gutter elves and then the high elves, right? So the gutter elves are like they're sort of cockney, they're sort of the untouchable of the elves, at least in Saint Marn, as far as you guys are aware. And this fellow was actually one of those. He was a gutter elf, but he was also he was a very capable actor. and he was able to like present himself. And you guys had a handful of missions with this guy, sort of like acting behavior. Like he would with just a change of some clothing and maybe some change of like his posture and whatever, he could very, very often passively transform himself into like, hey, he's from house, Malareth, he's from house wherever, and kind of like basically sort of talk his way in and through things that were critical to you guys, some of your missions. Well, you guys were supposed to save him, or not save him. You were supposed to meet up with him, connect with him, and kind of extract him from a situation. When you got there, there was no one there. There was nothing there, except for there was definitely struggle. What looked to be like this struggle, and that was it. So you apparently got there too late, even though you got there at the appointed time. You got there too late. It looks like there was definitely like signs of a struggle. You guys were meeting. It was basically it was like kind of like a speakeasy, but it was not really a speakeasy. It's just there are local brewers that in the Narrows that brew their own like beers, wines, like whatever, and they will often create these like little kind of like pop-up bars. Yeah, and which has been great for you guys, because very often there will be someone will create the resistance will create like sort of a pop-up something, and that will be your meeting point, and it's specifically just designed just to give you guys a place to meet, and with under the guise of cover. So or no, I guess not under the guise of cover, but under a cover that it was the guise of a like sort of these pop-up little bar type situations. So basically it's sort of set in what appears to be like, it looks like it was at some point in time might have been like an old smithy, but they've kind of like stacked most of the things that made it a smithy in one corner, and then they had and then there was they've situated like a kind of a bar set up, and then some really like kind of rough hewn and mismatching tables and chairs and things of that nature. And so this is kind of what you guys come upon. You enter in there. There's actually a human body. Like you enter inside. You take stock of the place. There's still some torch. Like there's a little fire kind of growing, kind of burning in the fire pit that was the forge. And then there's maybe a couple candles on some tables, and that's about all the lighting you have. You can definitely tell like there are tables knocked over. It definitely looks like there was a fight. And there's one body in sort of like laying near the bar.
Wait, so this used to be like where a blacksmith would work?
Yeah, so it once was a smithy, maybe perhaps, or something something akin to that.
Okay.
And then obviously it kind of like they kind of ran out of the this and sorry, Echo Instinct, this is not actually Into the Mouth of Vicky. Into the Mouth of Vicky was supposed to be the episode, so I need to change that real quick. Give me 1 second, because Into the Mouth of Vicky is the next is the episode when everybody's here. So give me 1 second. So this is going to be
now
episode.
We're into the mouth of yummy.
Smithy.
Yeah, no.
Also, Mike, it appears that my image has been like my video got frozen on stream.
Oh yeah. Okay. Let me. Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
yeah?
Yeah, because you've actually removed the hat now.
Yeah, well, it was gonna be a bit, and I was gonna wear it until someone noticed and said something. But
I noticed a long time ago, but I didn't say anything.
Okay. I didn't notice, but I don't know why. I don't know why yours is. I don't know how to refresh that. Hold on, let me see. Is there a refresh?
But yeah, we got these hats at the holiday party with the flashing LEDs on them, and I figured it would be kind of funny to wear it until someone said something.
Yeah, I can see. I can see your hat, but it's on the scrend. Oh wait, what am I doing? Let me go to the Skype call. Why don't you just hop out and then come back? Let's. I'm gonna end it. Go there. All right, there you go.
He left in a hurry.
Did I? Maybe I might have.
For like a second there, it worked. Let's see if it.
No, you're frozen. You're frozen again, and you're frozen in Skype, dude. I don't know.
No, I'm not.
You're frozen in Skype as far as I'm concerned. Are you?
Yeah, no, I see it now on stream. I don't know.
Is he frozen on Skype on your guys' side as well?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not even seeing any camera image from him. It's just
I got
his
one
dinosaur.
solid image, and then it switched to another solid image, and now it's like refreshing completely.
Yeah. I'm only seeing one image from you, Matt. So it definitely looks like it's coming from your side, man.
Well, in that case, we'll go with the one that doesn't have me wearing a ridiculous hat.
Do you? Oh, see, no, yeah. You're moving every now and again. Is your bandwidth being seriously compromised? Are you doing other things that might be raping your bandwidth?
I shouldn't be. Let me make sure that Steam isn't doing something dumb. But no.
Getting like 24 frames an hour.
Yeah. We get 24 frames a day. So that's that's fine. Your image seems to be very, very. And they're saying the Twitch stream is saying that you're also, or the Twitch chat is also saying that you're pixelated.
I'm
too.
there. Yeah, I'm in the stream.
I know, but you're not. You're in the stream, but you're not moving, and you're not like.
No,
I'm looking.
I meant I was in chat, like I'm reading that.
Oh yeah, okay.
How's Craig and my video? Are we moving?
Yeah, no, because you guys are actually images, and so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my mouth is getting real dry.
It certainly looks like it is.
My finger's starting to hurt.
Yeah, and so, all right, so that's a good image, Matt. Let's just leave it at that one. So it looks like there's something wrong with Matt. Have you restarted your computer at all lately?
Yeah, like right before the stream started.
Okay, yeah, weird, man. Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, whatever. It's probably just you getting my technical issues. You're absorbing them now. Thank you, man. It's very kind of you.
Yeah, no, give me 1 sec. I'll just run it now.
It's crazy because I see you on Skype. Me looking at you on Skype, I can see you kind of moving slowly. But
you look clear to me on Skype right now.
Yeah, but the stream is not picking up at all. I don't get what the fuck is going on with that, dude. All right, so
I do like the image that's frozen right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that so? Can everybody can the Twitch chat? Can you guys see me moving around? Can you guys hear me? Like I know you be here, but I'm drinking. Oh yeah, well good. Yeah, I'm drinking Stella. So
in the Twitch chat, you look fine. Like I mean, yours is crystal clear and smooth and everything.
Yeah. I don't get what's going on.
I'm gonna drop out just for a second to do a speed test properly because if it is my internet, then I'm gonna call them and have them fix it.
Okay. All right. Cool. So this whole portion of the story only takes place with Airloser and William Cuddy.
Okay.
No.
Maybe.
Yeah. So why don't we? Yeah. If you have to call them.
Speaking of which, I think I have to go. So no.
All right. So now this is Mike TV masturbating in Dungeons and Dragons. You know what I really should do?
Yes.
What I really should do is I really should just roll up like 6 characters and just run myself and my party. And you guys can just occasionally show up. I'll be like, all right, what do we do? And
every single character has a completely different voice.
Yeah. Of course,
you have to get into that character.
That's the way I used to do it when I was a kid, man. I didn't have anybody to play with when I moved down to the desert. And so I would set up like I did whole Marvel superheroes campaigns. I did a bunch of Car Wars stuff. I had whole D&D campaigns. In fact, I had a adventuring company called the Dagger's Blade, and this I must have been 12 or 13 years old at this point in time. They were called the Dagger's Blade, and my main character, he was a character that I created when I was like 7 years old, and I kept him around. For years, like I probably had him till I was about 13, 14, and I just hung onto his character sheet. But he was like, by the time he was, because of course we just like, we'd finish a mission when I was playing with my friends, and then of course we'd award ourselves like crazy amounts of experience. So he was like level 36 paladin. Like he started off as a warrior, and then I converted him. I just basically took the same character, took all his stats, and then converted him to a paladin. because I really like the whole paladin thing. But so his name was originally Ransack when I was like 7, and then I changed him to Sir Stonewell when I was like 11 or 12. And then yeah. But yeah, and I really, so there was Sir Stonewell, and then shit, man, I used to know, I had like 12, there were 12 characters in the Dagger's Blade, like 12. And so what I do is I do these, yeah, because I would do these different adventures, and I would just take a handful of, so Sir Stonewall was always like the main one, and then I would bring in, I needed a wizard, I'd bring a wizard, I'd bring a cleric, I'd bring a thief, but I had a couple thieves, one guy that specialized in this, and one girl that specialized in that, and so and then I would.
You sound like me when I was playing WoW. I got tired of playing with people, so I just made my own guild.
Oh, really?
And I rolled up. I had 3 accounts, and I rolled up 30 different characters.
Awesome.
Mixing, matching all the different classes and races, and dual specking each one of them, and going through all the trees and everything. And I just created my own guild, and I just slowly started leveling every single one of them. Wait.
So you did this. You did this all. That's crazy. So you did
all
this
on my own. Yeah.
So no. So you created the guild. You got the accounts. You created all the characters, and then you started leveling them.
Yeah, and then I started leveling.
Oh my God, that's awesome. That is crazy awesome.
I went around, and I got like, I don't know however many people you need to get a guild, but I got that many people. Once they all signed on to the guild, I kicked everybody out.
That's awesome. That's crazy. That's awesome.
Because I just needed the guild to start.
Yeah.
And then I added my own accounts to it, and then I just started rolling up every single character. And then I got everybody up to I don't know, level 450 or something like that, and then I just said, this is becoming my life now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I bet.
So so I stopped playing, but yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Matt.
I was just gonna say, I don't know if it's still going. Then I don't know what it is, because my internet, I actually was getting some really bad speed tests on my upload, and then I removed the one hindrance that it could be, and it's looking good now. So I don't know if it's still going to.
Why don't you restart the call one more time, and let's see if that does it.
I see your image fine now.
Yeah, I see your image fine. I'm just not seeing. I'm not seeing it
clear.
changing.
Maybe dropping a frame or two here and there, but not terrible.
There you go. Yeah, you're moving now. There you are. We see you
on stream, but okay.
Yeah, no, on stream. You're just looking at lag, right? So you're looking fine. You're looking fine now.
You're seeing the past.
All right.
You're seeing the past.
You are. You're seeing it. All right. So the three of you kind of walk into this place. You're looking for your buddy. Let me actually. So hold on. Let me do a little bit of.
This guy we're looking for. You said he was like kind of like a covert operative that can.
Yeah. He's basically. You remember those like kind of Cockney sounding elves? Those kind of the gutter elves I was talking about, like the past streamer, or so. Skeelan was one of them.
Oh, so that's the accent you were trying to go for.
Yeah,
okay.
like the kind of Cockney. Yeah. And which I'm, of course I'm, back when I was an actor 22 years ago, I could totally nail a Cockney. I could nail any kind of British accent ever. I haven't done that for 22 years, so yeah, fuck it.
Just think, Dick Van Dyke and Mary Poppins.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the most accurate Cockney accent.
Yes, yeah. Or Audrey Hepburn in My Fair Lady. Yes. All I want is a room somewhere far away from the cold night air. Yeah. Oh, okay.
The rain in Spain.
Yeah, the rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain. Yeah.
I just watched that movie like last month.
Oh, I love that movie, man. Because I love watching Audrey Hepburn. I could watch her just do anything forever and always. Oh God.
Gorgeous.
See, I know. It drives me nuts. That we were born like 40 years, 50 years apart. It sucks, man.
They dubbed her singing voice and all that though.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It sucks. I don't believe that. But yes.
But like you can go and find the actual audio. We're digressing from this entire thing, but you can go online and you can find the actual audio of her singing voice, and it doesn't sound bad. I don't know why they replaced it. I think she was pitched down a bit, and they wanted it pitched up a little bit higher.
Oh, I see.
So they replaced her singing voice with.
So let me see. So Haberson Veneval. So this fellow's name that the person you're meeting for, his name is he basically, you're not 100% certain if this is his name or if this is because the Veneval family is actually a high elven family. You've heard him talk in his normal, at least as far as you're aware, his normal speaking voice. And that normal speaking voice, it definitely implies that he's of the gutter elf persuasion. The way that the way he behaves, and the way he's very like most elves. And what's that sound? What sounds like this?
Craig, can you have some kind of push to talk or something? Because you've got a lot of background noise.
Oh, is that Craig?
I think so.
Okay. Oh yeah. It went. He turned off, and that was it. Yeah. You're right. So
yeah. Sorry.
No worries, man. So this fellow. So again, you don't know much about him, but you guys were introduced maybe 2 or 3 little assignments ago, and you've got let's say maybe like 10 assignments ago, but you've worked together maybe 2 or 3 times since you were first introduced. Hey Kumi, how you doing? And back then he was introduced. You guys, when you first were introduced to him, he seemed literally like he was a high elf, and he introduced himself from the Vonneval family, which is one of the main families in Saint Marn. And he's like, hello, my name is Haberson Vonneval, and you're like, oh, that's great, And ever since that, and then at the end of that mission, when you guys were done, he slipped back into. He's like, oh yeah, it was right, we totally. He's like, excellent job, gents, and excellent job, chieftains, And you guys are like, wait, what? And then of course he kind of laughs and cracks jokes. And it's like, ha, I totally fooled you, didn't I? But the next time you guys saw him, he was introduced as Haberson. And you've heard him talk about the Veneval family a handful of times. So what that? But every time you've interacted with him since then, he's kind of been in the sort of that gutter elf modality of speech, and also that behavior. Like he doesn't. The high elves for the most part are pretty stiff, and pretty. Just stick up their asses kind of thing, and that's not Haberson at all.
Regal.
Yeah. Very much like we're always on. We're being watched at all points of time, and we must maintain the royal thing, And
they're very British.
Yes. Well, yes. And Haberson doesn't have that at all. Like he is very much like so things. So and you guys had a handful of adventures with him, and you guys were pretty fond of him. Again, the thing is that he had this capacity for always kind of surprising you, with either feats of daring do or little hidden knowledges or things that he could do. He used magic at one point in time, and you guys assumed he was a thief, but he was using he wasn't using scroll magic, he was using actual magic. So all right, so you're not 100% certain what kind of what his discipline is or and so the thing is, so this is the fellow that you guys were coming to collect. You guys were actually going to go meet up with this fellow. And then the 5 or the 4 of you were going to go off to a meeting, a meeting with what's his name, who's your main point of contact. Wait, hold on. God, I've got so many notes. Ogrim Thark. So you guys are going to go meet up with Ogrim and Corey Barr and all those folks. If you remember those names.
Yep.
Yeah.
Corey Barr's the old elf dude.
Yeah, he's the old gnome. He's the old gnome.
Yeah.
And Ogrim,
Ogrim. I'm sorry.
The orc. The old. Yeah,
I think I said elf. I meant gnome. Yeah. And then
Ogrim's one of the good ones, right?
Yes.
Again.
I mean, they're all the same height, right? So.
Yes.
Racist asshole.
I'm gonna grab a beer real quick. Give me 1 second, gentlemen. Talk amongst yourselves. Interact with the chat.
A peanut is neither a pea nor a nut. Discuss.
Oh, are we?
Are you guys still hearing that background noise from me?
No.
Okay.
Not at the moment.
Okay.
All right. I've got some rum balls that were given to me by friends, and I'm gonna eat some while we're doing this. Okay.
Nice.
Hey, Stefan, how you doing, man? I do, Miss Slaughter. Mr. Slaughter, how you doing, man? Yeah, this is all right. So here we go. So
you're eating balls?
yeah, I'm eating balls made of rum.
Well, at least they're not chocolate salty balls.
They're not
Sweaty balls.
Although if I added a little bit,
Suckle my salted chocolate balls.
if I added some salt to them, they would be chocolate salty balls, but not sweaty, thank God. Yeah. So all right. So you guys sort of enter this like sort of pop up tavern is what it ostensibly is, and it definitely looks like there's a sign of struggle. It seems pretty recent. And there is what appears to be a dead human sort of laying on the floor, kind of by the bar.
All right. So, does it look like there's any? That's the only thing we see. Is there anybody else? Does it look like there's anybody else in the place or?
No. Yeah. The thing is
looks empty.
Yeah. And in fact, like that was the thing. As you guys walked up, you guys were expecting to be at least relatively lively, right? These kind of pop-up places, because they kind of occur in neighborhoods that don't normally have nearby taverns, they usually get kind of packed pretty quickly, right? And the thing is like, and so you guys kind of walking up on this one, you were expecting at least some liveliness, and instead, the door was kind of ajar, and there was nothing coming from inside. So so you guys kind of entered with a little bit of trepidation, and then when you entered, you were greeted with what looked to be the flotsam and jetsam of a fight, coupled with some blood and a body.
Okay. And well, I guess the first thing I would do is I would go up to examine the body, try to see if I could figure out who it is, if I know them.
Yeah.
So if I can tell how they were injured, murdered.
Yeah. So it definitely looks to be he doesn't look to be exceptionally tall. He's
so as soon as I realize it's a halfling, I'm disinterested.
No. You're like, fuck this thing. No, he's a human, but he's like maybe 5'6" in height. I mean, you can't really judge because he's prone. But you can definitely tell he's not like a giant guy. He's also very slight. He's basically attired in what looks to be like kind of like very well worn, but also well taken care of sort of leather armor. Coupled with like he's got like even the stuff below the actual armor, the actual pieces of leather armor are like what look to be like sort of like either suede, like well worn suede. You know how suede kind of maintains a little bit of its shagginess, but like at the spots where it keeps getting rubbed in, it's like bald. Well, it looks to be that there's perhaps some sort of under. He's got like all of his stuff looks like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Or maybe even a year ago, it might have been brand new and might have been very nice, and then he just was running around in it and doing stuff very actively without taking it off for So the thing is like but so it definitely looks worn, and it definitely looks like it's been worn.
It looks newly worn.
Yes, yeah. There's definitely bits of it that indicate that this is not like 15-year-old armor, it's pretty well taken care of. Like it definitely looks like it's been oiled. It definitely looks like it's been cleaned, that kind of thing. So,
and I don't
go ahead and make I'm sorry. Go ahead and make a perception roll, or if you want to make a healing roll, you can make a healing roll instead of a perception roll. But you get to make the choice.
A healing roll.
Yeah, you do have the healing skill, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm assuming that healing skill is also equivalent to medicine.
Like medical.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
do I need to make a perception check, or
you can make
or do you want me to just make a healing roll to see if I can heal him? Because I don't know if I want to heal him yet.
No. It's the healing roll.
I'd probably want to heal him anyway.
The healing roll would be sort of tapping your medical knowledge, right? So you're either going to tap your medical knowledge or your perception.
Okay, I see what you mean.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I got a 14.
14. All right. So you can't really make out what killed this guy. The thing is that like you're looking at him. I mean, he looks basically unharmed, as far as you can tell, right? Like there's no blood. There doesn't seem to be like there's no contusion that you can like make out, at least like looking at. Like there's like even a contusion, right? If someone gets smacked on the head, they're gonna bleed from it. Like there's gonna be matted blood on their head or something like that. The thing is that you don't really see anything that might have felled this guy, but it definitely looks like he's not breathing. It definitely looks like he's not alive.
Is there does he have like a mug or anything by his hand? I wonder if he was poisoned or something like that.
So you walk over to him as well?
Yeah, I kind of, I just kind of look, I see Erloser go over there. My initial, and I'm not trying to interrupt. It was just kind of a question.
No, that's great. That's great.
You grab the mug and you just like down it.
Yeah. So the things, so there is actually a mug, lying maybe about 2 feet from him. But on his side of the table. So it looks like he was seated near a table, like at a table right near the bar. And there definitely does look like there is a mug on the ground that looks like maybe it could have been his. It definitely looks like if it was, it kind of fell at a weird angle, right? So
yeah.
But because it's like it's a couple feet from the table, but it's sort of a little bit further away from him. Like it's like maybe he threw it or he fell, he fell or something, but yeah, but there is a mug, and it definitely does have fluid kind of on the floor.
So what do you think, guys? I mean, he doesn't obviously look hurt. How can we check to see if he was poisoned or something like that?
Does anybody have any? Is there a knowledge that we can lean upon for
the heal skill?
Well, no, like for poison, like
yes,
like checking if is there a knowledge we can lean upon for like checking out the beverage or liquid to see if
I'll bet you I think
like one of us, because of our knowledge, would like smell it or like maybe taste just a little bit of it to see if there's But do we have that ability?
I would say no. The thing is like that's a pretty specialized. The thing is like what I believe is that if you wanted to take a knowledge skill and then specialize in poisons, that or if you take a knowledge skill.
Well, I'm asking more from just like a general standpoint. Like, what would that be? So, would that be like
I honestly
knowledge nature or something?
I'm pretty sure that I could actually sense the motive of that cup, and
you can tell the cup. You can definitely tell the motive of the cup. You can definitely tell is to hold whatever's put in it until it gets tipped over. Like that's.
I'm gonna smite evil on the cup. Increasing my damage.
Hold on.
So
this is my read. I haven't read the entirety of the Pathfinder a poison. Here I've got it right here. But the thing is this would be my perspective on poisons, right?
It'd be very specialized.
Well, or no. Or the thing is like you could you could have a knowledge and then have like alchemy or chemicals or things of that nature, right? And that would allow you to maybe have some access and some understanding of poisons, or you could specifically do a knowledge of poisons, and then that would give you, and then that would make you a lot more readily understanding of kind of what it is you're up, like what is, if it's poisoned at all. But the thing is that like, but if you don't have, if you like, you know, like, I mean, if someone were to poison you, unless it smelled like, you know, unless it smelled like, hold on.
Or, you know, something, you know, like one of us could try a little bit and the other two could be ready to like, you know, you could put, Erloser could lay his hands on me or something like that to heal me or something, you know, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, that's, I mean, you guys could try, you know, finishing the cup and see what happens.
That's all. That's if Erloser, if you want to drink it, or Cuddy, if you want to drink it, by all means.
So I pick up the mug.
Yeah.
There's some liquid still in it.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say. So it's about a fourth of a cup, maybe even a little bit less than that, maybe like a fifth of a cup. It definitely looks like that it was some sort of ale, you know, and yeah.
So I look at it, I bring it up to my nose, and I like sniff it.
Go ahead and make a perception roll.
Okay. Pull my character sheet up fast enough. Perception.
It's gonna be a high DC.
Got a 19.
Okay, yeah, perfect, great, wow, awesome.
That's a natural 19 because I have no pluses.
Nope.
On
Yeah.
perception.
All right, good. Oh yeah, shit. No, that's not good. All right, so yeah, it smells fine to you. It smells totally fine.
All right, so I smell it, and then I hold my hand out towards Sigfroy, and I'm like, "Here, drink this."
I am the one that can heal you. I don't think that's a good idea.
I can heal myself.
That totally works.
Okay, and I grab it out of Erloser's hand and I just down the whole thing.
Okay, really?
Boom.
Okay.
Gone. Yeah.
Awesome.
I mean, listen, I'm a sailor. Okay, I know how to drink.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So you don't even sniff it. You just chug the thing.
Sure, why not? You know,
Okay.
because Erloser, you know, he made no real reaction. You know, he didn't wrinkle his nose or his brow or anything like that I noticed. So, sure, yeah, down the hatch.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure it's not poison, but it smelled like some really bad beer.
Smelled skunky. Ugh.
I'm like, so I look at.
So Mike,
yeah.
How does it? How does it? Or I just look at Cuddy and say, how's it taste?
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is the thing. So Cuddy, you take a swig, you know, and everybody pauses and you're like going, all right, like wait, there's, you know, and there's like this kind of beat.
Yeah, it's this kind of moment. Everybody's looking at me.
Yeah, another beat, you know, and you're like, all right, well, I just took a sip of somebody's beer, somebody's unfinished beer.
And then after a couple of beats, you know, then I'm like, I give out a belch, like, bleh,
Yeah, all right,
just a belch.
cool.
I was gonna say we wait for 5 hours.
Yeah, no. So
No, we don't.
yeah, so apparently that wasn't poisoned.
All right,
But it didn't taste that great either. Ugh.
I look at William Cuddy and I'm like, you're
No,
a braver man than I am.
It actually was pretty tasty beer. Just like the thing is like, yeah, there's I mean it definitely had a weird. There's definitely some weird flavors, some weird overtones, you know, like some weird, like, you know, but the thing is, but it's tasty. It was.
I mean, but this is it's a pop up, you know, brewery. Like that's kind of to be expected.
Mm-hmm.
Describe the notes to us, William Cuddy.
I would say there was a hint of juniper, almost like, you know, kind of like gin. but then
But
it
there
was
was also a little
mellowed out.
a back note of like some honeysuckle, which is really weird. You're like, well, that's kind of strange, you know. And then also, oh, go ahead and make a roll, make a fortitude check, will you, William Cuddy?
Fortitude. Okay, let me pull that up on my sheet. A fortitude. That's on the core tab, correct?
Yes.
No.
No, on the
it's
main one.
It's on the defense, or not defenses. It's on the.
Yeah, it's on defenses.
defenses.
Oh, okay,
Defenses.
okay, yeah, of course.
All right, so here we go. 22.
22. So yeah, So Airluster goes. So tell what do you think? And you're like, there's some juniper and there's some weird honeysuckle, and then you feel very, very woozy and almost drop down, like whoa, and you
stagger.
And you suddenly stagger, and you are now having a very hard time maintaining your maintaining your consciousness. But you're still doing it. You're still doing it.
So I grab him immediately. And hold him up.
You just start kissing him.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy. Come on. Stay there. Come on, stay with us. Come on. Do it.
Time of my life. I never felt this way before. No, I'm looking up the heal skill because I want to see, because I believe I can cure poison with it. So I want to see what the.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes. Do.
I just grabbed the nearest. Empty glass and fill it with water and hand it to him, and just be like, "Yo, bro, you need to not drink so quickly. That might."
Yeah, you can't hold your liquor.
Can't hold your liquor. I thought you were a sailor, bro.
I take the glass of water and because I'm out of it almost, right? So I drink the water real fast as well.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So as
So it
like
says
every
time. So if I try to heal poison, it says every time and I think this is more during combat, but it says every time the poison character makes a saving throw against poison, you make a heal check. If your heal check exceeds the DC of the poison, the character receives a +4 competence bonus on his saving throw against the poison. So
awesome. Yeah. No. Yeah. So
if I try to treat his poison, I think I just basically kind of
you give him a bonus on his roll. Yeah. And that's,
I give him a bonus on his roll if I beat the DC myself.
Yes.
Ah.
Yes. So awesome. Well, do you want to try that? So all right. So but hold on. So real quick. So Sigfroy hands William Cuddy a glass of water and goes, here you go, and you bring it up to your mouth, and you try to drink, and you're like, you realize your lips, your mouth, like it is all just numb, and you're like, so you just kind of pour it in. You're like,
I just dump it all over my face.
Yeah. Effectively.
Oh, now I'm all wet.
Yeah. So are you gonna try to heal him, Jeff, and just for the purposes,
I'm gonna try to treat poison.
Yeah, so just for the purposes of this, like what just do, like what you're gonna try to make him puke? Are you gonna feel like, let's just come up with something that you're doing that if as long as it sounds like it makes sense,
I'm gonna.
I mean, that seems like it would make sense. If it's a ingested poison, you would try to make the person vomit it up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna punch him in the nads.
Okay,
and try to get him to vomit.
Okay.
In the nads.
Yeah, in the nads. Yeah. Like if you punch them hard enough, they'll feel it in the back of their throat, and then they'll just vomit.
Yes. But you have to get the perfect. You have to get the perfect amount of attack on that. Otherwise, it's
I guess.
I hope and a critical fail on that would be like, my balls are not ruptured or something like that.
No.
That would be terrible.
No. There's a fusing. There's a fusing of the knuckles, the knuckles and the testicles. That's not a very common thing that people don't like. That's a pretty uncommon thing. That in D&D, that's a rule. Like if you happen to fail when you punch somebody in the nads, if you
They
fail,
become-
if you
they
fumble,
become
then you too become fused at the fist and the testicles. Yeah.
They become nutcles.
Nutticles. Yeah.
I guess that's a good question. I guess I would. Well, I mean, I have knowledge of healing, so I would do whatever would be the base level knowledge that you would do for trying to treat poison.
Yeah, I'm thinking you'd probably try to make him
vomit.
choke. Vomit. Yeah, if you didn't have like something else to feed him or something, I'm figuring you'd probably try to make him vomit, right?
Yeah, I guess I don't know if I have any.
I mean, something else, like, is there any salt around or anything like
Oh,
that?
yeah, that's
'Cause if
good,
you
that's
drink
good.
salt water, that'll make you throw up as well. I'd prefer that to a punch in the nads.
You know what there is? There's no salt, but there's a lot of ash. There's a lot of ash in the fire pit.
I mean,
So
that's true. That's something else.
I grab a whole bunch of ash, and I mix it with the water,
Okay.
and then I force him to drink it.
Yeah. Yeah. So go ahead and make a roll, Jeff.
Heal or
Yeah. He roll.
boom, 21.
Nice. All right. So go ahead and make. You have a +4 to your roll now, William Cuddy.
So what am I rolling
You're
now?
you're making a fortitude check again.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and now
fortitude.
whatever you
Then
roll,
we're gonna
add
add
another 4 to it.
Okay.
Oh, 28, and that's a nat 20, and you got a
Yes.
+8 on it.
Yeah. That's ostensibly a critical if we wanted to pursue that. But what I'm going to say is that you puke up everything, the contents of your stomach, and you're like, and of course I'm going to say you collapse to the ground and you're like sitting there for a second. You're like still spitting out like spittle and whatever.
Yeah.
And then
Spittle, a little sweat on the forehead and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, trust me, I've thrown up a few times in my life, and it is not a happy time.
Yeah, and that's so yeah. It's like, and then I'm figuring you say something like you're standing over, like you're like kind of on your arms and knees.
Well, let me say this while I'm down, while I'm gaining my composure, I lift a hand in thanks to Airloser. Like, thanks, brother. I don't say that, but it's like, thank you for helping me out.
Yeah.
And look, I'm like, you're welcome, and I reach out to like grab his hand, and as I look at my hand, and then my eyes ever so just glance at his crotch with
that's another thing that people don't realize about D&D. There's a lot of homoerotic, underpinnings in the.
I mean, listen, I'm learning a lot of new stuff tonight. Like, I did not know that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yeah. That's why that's the real reason. That's the real reason why in the 80s the whole country was up in arms against it. They're like, this is ridiculous. Yeah. Satan. No, it's not Satan. It's just guys touching guys.
Yeah.
Oh no, Echo Instinct. Don't be sleepy. Just snort some cocaine. That'll fix that. No. Are you taking off? Are you gonna?
The real name for D&D is Dandy and Dandy.
Yes, it is. Yeah, that was the original name. It was originally Dandy and Dandy. Yes. So the thing is, so he helps you up, and you're, and then, so you stand up and about 10 seconds later, William Cuddy, your head clears and you're like, oh wow, it was like, but the thing is, it was like you could definitely, it was coming after you pretty quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I described that like, that was a quick, that was quick acting, guys.
I rub my chin and I'm like, I suspect he was poisoned.
Oh yeah, no, that was my thing. I was waiting for the moment. I was just like, oh well, I'm guessing we can pretty safely say that's poisoned, guys. Why'd you have to drink all of it, man? We could have used some of that to go and test.
Yeah, why don't we, Sigfroy and Craig, go ahead and make a perception roll.
Perception rolls.
This is going to be a really, really high DC because
Yeah,
it's not something you're actively looking for, but okay, well, yeah, never mind. So nothing. You guys don't see anything. You see.
You critically
see
failed on perception.
You actually go blind. You actually just go blind.
My eyes.
Oh crap!
It was the poison. Yeah, mine has a perception is 7. So yeah, that was an 11.
Yeah,
Still probably not good.
No, you rolled a 1, right?
No, Craig did.
Oh, Craig
I
rolled.
did.
I rolled, critical one.
Okay, yeah.
Fail.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's a fumble. Yeah, that's no bueno. So yeah, so you're now blind permanently.
My God.
No.
So
That's
we,
gonna be. I think we just gotta leave him, guys. He's blind. I don't know what you could do with a blind marksman.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. Guys, where'd you go? Guys?
Baron Munchausen did it.
Oh no, you're
Yeah.
right. No, he wasn't blind, was he?
I thought he like his eyesight went poor.
Oh yeah,
as
but
he
that's
got old.
yeah, but he still did. Didn't he have? Wait, no. Yeah, you're right. He did.
Or did he lose an eye? Like, did he have an eye patch when he got
Maybe.
old? I can't
I
remember.
thought he couldn't hear anything. He was because remember he was the one with the no. That was the little midget. I love that movie.
The
It was
same guy was the guy he could see and hear for like
yeah.
both, right? And then and he couldn't hear anything. He had the horn.
Yeah.
But maybe
yeah.
his eyesight was never affected. I don't remember.
No.
And
I
they
think-
had the
I think-
super fast guy, and then they had the big strong guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they
I
had
have
they had
no
the
idea
they had
what
the small
you guys
guy.
are talking about at all.
They had the. They
You
had
never
the,
seen Baron Munchausen?
You've never seen
Oh,
Baron Munchausen? It's Munchausen in according to the actual.
It's,
But yeah,
it's
Munchausen.
Munchausen according to the original Deutsch.
yes, I know. But in terms of the actual movie, it's Munchausen. So yeah, so I call it by the name they call it because that's the name. Yeah, but I do. I love that movie. That's easily my top 3 movies of all time. It's fucking awesome. It's the first time it's Uma Thurman's very first appearance.
It's a classic story that they adapt into a movie, but the movie, the story doesn't talk about them getting old. I don't think the movie takes it to that point.
Yeah,
if I recall.
Yeah. And
Terry Gilliam, one of his best.
Yeah. It really is. It really, really is. You should definitely check it out. If you haven't seen it, you should definitely check it out. If now that you're blind, William Cuddy, you could always become a bard, like a medieval Stevie Wonder, says Smorey in the chat.
I could. I mean, there's options for me, I guess.
Yeah. Ebony and orichalcum. They're 2 metals I use to make my armor. So what are you guys gonna do from here? So you're in this room. William Cuddy was almost just poisoned, to death perhaps.
And now
So
I'm blind. Am I really blind?
No, you're not blind.
Okay.
I stand up like very assuredly. I like or how do you say it? You I slap my hands together like I'm done. I don't know how to say that.
Like that?
Yeah,
Or like
Do it
this.
again.
Like the King and I
Hold on.
style, or like
like back and forth, up and down, like you're doing. Like back and forth, up and not the big King and I. But yeah,
not the King and I.
yeah,
approach,
I do that maneuver, and I'm like, well, we solved this one. and then I start walking out. And then I start walking out.
Yeah, bummer. Like, there's not much we can do here. I think.
All right, well
call it a.
that was the adventure. All right, guys, let's sort out
Yeah.
experience. That was great.
How much experience do we get for that?
All right, favorite cat, you sleep well, brother. Good to see you, man.
Did we get 2 experience points for that?
Yeah. You actually got -6.
Shit.
Yeah, you lost life experience from
William
that.
Cuddy did go blind.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, losing your vision is pretty. Yeah, that doesn't deserve experience.
Yeah. That removes that takes all your all of your vision experience and just erases it. So yeah, you lost 3 levels from that.
Well, shit.
No,
So yeah, I don't know. Like, okay, I've looked at this guy. I don't know him. I don't recognize him. I don't know why. There's nobody else here. I failed my perception check, so I didn't really see anything. So I don't know what else to look for or do.
Yeah,
we could rifle through his.
I guess
stuff.
we could
search him.
Oh, that's true. I always forget that. Let's loot the corpse.
All right. So who's doing the looting?
I guess if I'm still standing near him or over him, I'll do it.
Yeah, I'm still trying to recover a little bit.
Okay. All right. So Airlos, you kind of like you kneel down and what are you searching first?
I'll like. Well, you said he had a suede.
So he has kind of like over armor, which is like leather. It's like thick leather, kind of like, like he's got like a thick leather vest, but like his arms, so it's a vest, but he's got a long sleeve like suede shirt where the elbows are worn. He's got like there's like little bits of like. There's like chainmail banding kind of along the suede shirt. It's like thin. It's like a thin layer of chainmail to like, which it looks like it's designed specifically to prevent like if he takes a blow to prevent him from like getting sliced. So there's that along the edges of the arms. That's the same thing along the edges of his feet. But the thing is like, so he's wearing what looks to be like a chest plate made of leather. It's like more like a vest shape. He has what looks to be like maybe like kind of chaps, like they definitely look like they went over. He's got the same kind of like suede.
Are they assless?
Wait,
they're not.
He's
Yeah,
wearing
they're not.
chaps?
They're not. Well, I mean, they're kind of they look like they're over like pants that go over what looks to be like some slacks made of the same kind of suede material.
And just all chaps are assless. So
I just start looking and rifling through, looking for his wallet. Do I find it?
Okay, wait. So who is searching him, and where exactly are you guys searching him?
I'm just looking for a wallet.
Okay, so where
I
do you
was going to start
looking?
patting him down.
So things, yeah. So he doesn't appear to be armed. Although there definitely does seem to be in the side of his leather chest piece. It definitely seems to be like there was an impression. It definitely looks like there was something that used to sit on his hip that is not there, that created an impression in the leather, right? There also seems to be. It definitely looks like there was other stuff kind of cinched in like kind of crossways along his armor that's also missing. So it definitely looks like he's already been kind of like stripped of stuff.
Okay. So I don't find his wallet.
So you're patting him down, Echo Instinct? I mean, Dark Redeemer, Echo Instinct.
Yeah.
I'm reading what you guys are saying.
Who the hell is Echo Instinct?
In chat.
I'm gonna try to pat him down, but you said he doesn't seem like he has anything. It seems like
no. So you start patting him down.
Like common places where people would be. I assume being a paladin, I'm not even sure what my role in society is, but I kind of think of myself as more like a cop. Like,
yeah.
Like I would know like where people might hide.
Yeah, in fact, a good way that you could think about paladins is they're more like detectives in St. Marn's society, right? Like you guys are the ones that they bring in when the local constabulary can't really sort something out. They'll reach out to the Order of St. Marn, and you guys will get involved.
Know like where most ruffians would hide. illicit.
I mean,
goods
here's the thing.
Well,
When I think of Airloser, I think of Judge Dredd. Don't tell me about the law. I am the law.
Yeah. That's
the law.
yeah. That was the Sylvester Stallone version, not the one with
Not the Carl Urban.
Yeah, Carl Urban. Which is an amazing movie.
Who I keep referring to as Keith Urban.
Yeah, who I keep referring to as Aomer, because that's I'm like oh, Aomer's in another movie. Good for him. I'm so glad that Aomer was able to build a career after he left Middle Earth.
Every time I talk about Dredd or Star Trek, the new Star Treks or anything, I'm always like, yeah, and that Keith Urban and whoever.
Yeah, the country singer,
Keith Urban isn't in those movies.
Yeah. But Aomer, however, it is so. Yeah, no, amen. There you go. Echo instinct. Yes, getting drunk, awesome. So you start patting him down, So I'm assuming you start with the arms and the chest area. As you get kind of near his mid, like his mid chest, you all of a sudden you feel him go, you feel him all of a sudden take breath in.
So I punch him. No, don't do that.
Yeah.
So I'm slightly startled. I kind of he's on the ground. Is that where he is?
Yeah.
He's I'm kneeling down next to him. I kind of I lift my upper body up, but I'm still kneeling. You know what I mean?
I'm
more.
Yeah. So
my upper body straight up.
Yeah.
But I'm still kneeling down, and I'm just I'm looking at him, and I don't know. I guess I maybe grab his upper body, or his head, to see if he'll try to open his breathing way or something.
Okay.
And then I prepare to kiss those sweet lips. No.
And William Cuddy and Siegfried, what are you guys doing? You definitely hear him take in this really intense intake of breath.
Let the guy who has medical training do his thing.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I look over and I see if I kind of look at Airloser's reaction. And since he doesn't seem too concerned, then I go back to I'm trying to stand up at this point. So
yeah. And the thing is, and you definitely are feeling much better very quickly. Yeah. The thing is it's like have you ever done nitrous? No, but it is.
No, I haven't.
Yeah. It hit you really hard, and as hard and as quickly as it hit you is equally as quickly as it's leaving you. So you're.
I will tell you, I've had the wind knocked out of me before. So kind of the similar thing where you're down real hard, but then you were oh shit.
Once you start breathing again, you're all of a sudden you're okay. Okay, I can breathe again. Yeah. It's like
he took a massive whippet.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes.
Whippet's good. No.
Yeah. So the thing is, so you're starting to feel, you're feeling probably 85% right now.
Okay. Yeah. So I kind of look. I look at Airloser because he's the one closest to the guy. He look at his reaction. I think what I might do, since I'm feeling a lot better and the guy on the ground is kind of contained a little.
Yeah.
He's kind of being attended to. I might start exploring the rest of the room a little bit, but we can discuss that, a little bit later if that's not the direction we want to go. Because I just kind of jumped in. I don't want to.
No. That's perfect. That's totally perfectly fine to do. So
at this point, you are definitely secondary to this mission. So
exploring anything other than that guy is just the most terrible thing to do. Terrible. No.
All right, then I'm doing it.
So yeah. So I need to go use the bathroom real quick. I'm gonna grab another beer. Jeff, I'm gonna need you to make a medical. So I'm assuming you're gonna try to like
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
do whatever you can to stabilize him and get him back up and running. So give me a second. So you're gonna have to make a medical roll.
Boom,
Yeah.
making it.
Don't fail it.
No, I didn't do great on it.
Can we delete it while he's not looking?
Yeah, let me do another roll. He didn't see that one.
I don't know if there's a way we can go in and actually delete it though.
Let me hack their servers real quick.
Because every programmer knows how to hack every server ever.
I mean, listen, I watched Swordfish. Okay, I know how this works. I mean, unless Swordfish wasn't a realistic representation of hacking.
No, it's
well, I don't know. How did it stack up? Because like I know the old Swordfish.
I often get blowjobs while I'm trying to hack. So that's...
yeah.
So what I remember from Swordfish, I heard Swordfish was the new standard, but I typically try and go back to the classics, namely the 1990 movie Hackers.
Hackers, sure, or the Net.
Are you
Bullock?
Zero Cool or are you Crash Override?
Oh gosh, it's been so long. I don't remember which.
I think they were the same
Crash
person.
Override. That sounds
I
like
think they were the
cool
same
ass
person. Zero Cool was, Zero Cool was Angelina Jolie. Maybe Zero Cool was Angelina Jolie, Crash. I can't even know. It's been so long since I've seen that movie.
All I know is that nobody can hack a Gibson.
And network security managers always go to work on a skateboard.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I know that for a fact.
We actually were looking for a new one at our current job, and when he showed up on a bicycle, we actually just asked him to leave.
A bicycle? How dare he?
I mean, I thought he knew. We thought he was actually, his resume said that he was very talented, but he just wasn't living up to what the industry demanded.
Who are we talking about?
It was a network security a supposed network security expert who actually showed up to the interview on a bicycle and not a skateboard.
Yeah.
And everyone knows that, network. If you're a network security analyst, you need to skateboard.
You got to show up on a skateboard.
Huh.
Now, okay, so what kind of bike was it though? Because if it was a BMX bike, then he might get a pass.
No, he was technically riding two bikes with a board on top of them.
It was a unicycle. He came in on a unicycle. But he was
a four-wheeled unicycle.
He was juggling a lot of different inboxes though. So okay. So what was your role, Jeff?
It was a 20, nat 20.
Yeah, it was a nat 20. No, I rolled a 13.
13. Okay. Yeah. So the thing is, yeah. So you definitely have helped him out, but it definitely looks like he's gonna be kind of slow in recovery. So I'd say. I mean, how long are you guys gonna sit with this guy?
Well, we need to figure out what happened or where we need to go next, or what's going on. So, as long as it takes, I would because I
okay. All right. So yeah.
There's nothing pressing. I don't think right now, right? We're not in any danger. We're not on a clock. So why don't you? We're just trying to get the information out of him, so we would stay with him long enough to where he could talk. I guess.
So why don't we do this? So while you're kind of attending to him, let's cut to William Cuddy. So William Cuddy, where are you where are you exploring first?
I think I'm gonna kind of explore. So you said it's an old blacksmith's workshop,
yeah, it's
right?
an old smithy. Yes.
Yeah, with all the stuff stacked up in the corner and
Yeah, so
everything
basically,
like
the stuff that's stacked up in the corner, it definitely looks like there were like some what kind of work tables, and those tables have all been kind of stacked up. It definitely looks like there were like those, you know, like those kind of horses, like the kind of they're not actually horses. They're wooden things that are kind of triangular feet. They've got a board that goes across them. Like you see
Oh
them
yeah, like a sawhorse.
Yes, sawhorse. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. So there's a handful of those. There definitely looks to be some like kind of like some like metal, like, you know, like there like seems to be like some sort of like implements and tools and tongs and stuff like that, and everything's just kind of stuffed into the corner, you know.
Okay,
It's all kind of stuffed right up against the actual furnace, or not the furnace, but like, yeah, it's the fire pit that looks like it would have been a furnace at one point in time.
Okay, so I kind of survey the whole room. You know, is that the only thing really of interest, or is there anything else kind of?
I mean, there's some tables, there's some you know, there's some rough hewn tables, and they're not even, well, they're all rough hewn, but they're also mismatched. Like it's like everything was like kind of like collected from individuals kind of all throughout town, and we're like, hey, I'll take this chair, and I'll take, like, it seems like none of it has any rhyme or reason to it. And then there definitely seems to be there is what looks to, I mean, the bar itself, it looks to be like some sort of crate that was turned on its side, and then you guys, none of you have been behind the bar, so.
Yeah. Okay, so I think I think what a smart thing, or maybe not smart, but I think the logical thing to do would be to kind of, you know, walk between the tables, kind of see if I notice anything, and then kind of make my way. Because what I'm thinking is that pile of stuff, you know, the sawhorses and whatnot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff over there. I'll probably check that out last.
Okay.
You know, that'll be the last thing I look at, depending on if I find anything interesting elsewhere.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think I'll make my way between those tables that you mentioned, kind of keeping my eye out for things.
Yeah. So go ahead and make a perception roll as you're going between the tables.
Okay. Here we go. Perception. And 15.
Okay. So yeah, so you're making your way through, and you don't see much of anything that really looks like it's going to be of any import. I mean, there's, you know, like, there definitely are a couple like kind of like pewter mugs that were kind of like, because most of the tables are toppled, most of the chairs are toppled. You can definitely see, you definitely spy like there's like patches of blood. It definitely, like, from your experience with fighting, it definitely looks like, you know, they weren't like fatal wounds, but they were definitely like painful wounds, you know.
It says but a flesh wound.
Yeah, and definitely there's some blood dripping, and there's some blood being, like, you know. So you can't. The thing is, and so the reason why you're making that perception roll, and you're really not 100% certain. It definitely looks like you think there's at least 3+ guys engaged in this fight. It could be as many as 6 or 7, though. It's really kind of tough for you to distinguish. But the thing is, like, you know, it's just, I mean, there's enough dust, and there's enough, like, just things on the, like, you're able to glean that it definitely is. It's between 3 and 7 guys. You're not 100% certain what, you know, you know, what it is. And I see
those mugs there, and I'm like, I'm not doing anything with those, because I know what happened last time. So I'll just leave those alone.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
You're not feeling a little thirsty?
Nope. I'm good. It doesn't sound like there's really anything of consequence, you know, there. So I'll make my way over towards the bar. I see this overturned box. I'm curious about what's in there, but I think I might look behind the bar first, just to kind of see if there's anybody.
So the overturned box is actually the bar. Like, it looks like it's a crate. It looks like it's like, it was like a 6x3 by 3 crate, right? And so what they did is they just took that crate.
And it was converted into a bar.
Yeah, and they tipped it on its side, you know, and so now you've got like 3 feet of bar and 3 feet of distance between, you know, like, sort of the people on one side of the bar and the other side of the bar, you know. And it was. I wouldn't even say it was 6 feet because the 6 feet's too high. I'd say it was like 4 feet by 3 feet by 3 feet. You know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I make my way over there, and I look around in the general area, see if there's anything on the ground there.
Okay. Yeah. So you go to the other side of the bar. Now go ahead and make a perception roll again.
Okay. And perception. And 17.
Okay. Yeah. So you go to the other side of the bar, and it definitely looks like so there are inside the actual crate itself. There seem to be some wooden boxes. Stacked on top of each other. They go up about so that each box is maybe about 2 feet tall. And so there's like, well, yeah, I guess there's basically only there's 2 boxes stacked which go all the way up to the top of the bar. And then there's 2 boxes to the right of those boxes that are stacked just by themselves. There's nothing stacked on top of them, and they have what looks to be like bottles. They're kind of like jugs of like the triple. You know, this like in animation like the triple X jugs. You know, with XXX over it. It's like something like that. They look like those kind of jugs. You know.
Okay. And I see. Okay. And I call over to the other 2 guys, and I'm like, hey, you guys know what XXX on the side of a bottle means? Because I think it means something bad, but
no. All right. So hold on. So there's no XXX. There's no XXX.
Oh, but it's that shape.
No, yeah. It's that shape of a bottle. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
I thought I was gonna say that's Tres Equis.
Yeah. It's Tres Equis. Yeah. It's one Equis better than Dos Equis. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
exactly.
yeah, it's stay thirsty, my friends, and everything like that.
It's stay
that might be
thirsty, my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I call. Hey guys, we gotta.
I was gonna say side note. I happen to be wearing the bachelor shirt that I printed for my best friend's bachelor party, and it says "Stay thirsty, my friends" on it.
Oh, cool.
Because his favorite drink is Dos Equis.
Yeah,
I can't
awesome.
prove that because I don't have my camera on.
Yeah. Jerk. No, but I
So I have no reason to doubt you.
I have about 80% of a reason to doubt you. So but 20% of me believes you wholeheartedly. So there you go.
Fake news.
Yeah.
Fake news.
So I'd say there's about 4 of these jugs in each crate, and so you've probably got about 16 of these total crates together.
Yeah.
In aggregate. And then otherwise there's a little stool behind it. There really doesn't seem to be anything else. So like where they might have been keeping whatever money they were pulling in.
Yeah.
That you don't know. There's nothing else.
Yeah. I mean, so I'm wondering, it seems like that might be the, I'd like to take one and just open it up and kind of smell it.
Sure.
See if I recognize it from, see if it's the same stuff that I drank before, but not actually drink it, just see if it's like beer or whatever it might be.
Sure.
See if you smell some back notes of honeysuckle.
And juniper.
Yeah. So do you want to? Yeah. So you pull the thing. You pull one of them out and you pop it open. And they're definitely cork stopped. And it's not. They're not like deep in there like wine bottles. They're kind of like
it's kind of out a little bit, so I can pull it off.
Pull it out.
With my hand.
And you do, and it definitely. So go ahead and make a perception roll.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna say make a fortitude save.
No, yeah.
You're like, oh shit.
21.
Oh well, okay, yeah. So the one thing you can tell is that like it has at least from its smell, it has all the same notes as what you tasted when you actually drank it, but the honeysuckle is missing. The sweet like that to you when you were drinking it felt very pronounced. It was very pronounced,
Right.
you know?
Sure.
And that's gone.
Yeah. Huh. Well, that's an interesting finding. And so I say, hey guys, I found some bottles of that stuff that was in the mug, but the honeysuckle is missing. Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Why did you just do that thing?
It's what I do.
Dun,
You know,
dun.
it's to indicate, you know, a level of suspense.
Dun, dun,
So
dun.
Why?
You need to keep doing it,
he's
though.
saying-
The only way it keeps the suspense up is you got to keep doing it after each phrase.
No,
Dun, dun, dun.
As he's saying dun, 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 I look up like the gopher. From
Dun,
the-
dun, dun.
Dun dun
or
dun.
whatever that thing is, the squirrel or the gopher, hamster, or whatever.
Yeah. So I tell the guys that dun dun dun.
Dun, 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 yeah.
I mean, obviously he was poisoned, so he was drinking the same stuff that was there, but the honeysuckle was the poison. None of us have any sort of specialization in poisons.
No.
So I don't know if that really helps us, except to know that, well, he clearly was poisoned with something that has a honeysuckle smell to it
Yeah.
or taste. So yeah, yeah, sure.
Yeah. I don't know what else. I don't know what else to do now. I'm like, I note their reaction and I feel a little bit silly. Dun 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 dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. Dun, 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 mew.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah. Wah, wah, wah. So yeah, all right. So all right. So and that's the bar area. So what is Sigfroy? What are you doing this entire time?
Probably also kind of like looking around a little, definitely trying to see how kind of going over Erloser's shoulder, making sure that we don't need an emergency like heal, knowing that might be something that I'm. Yeah, because like, you know, I know that he's racist, so that might be a thing where like
he's dealing with a small human. He's dealing with a
Yeah.
small human. You know, who knows if he might try to like quietly choke the life out of him.
Exactly.
Mm.
I'm not racist. It's called profiling.
Yeah. But where, you know, so where, like, are you also kind of walking throughout the room? Are you staying near the body? What are you doing?
Well, it's not a body anymore. It's a person.
Yeah.
Well, persons have bodies.
It's not a corpse anymore.
Yeah. Well, body implies not person.
Well,
usually.
it's a body that's not. Yeah. And you're right. But the thing is, it's a body that hasn't yet like spoken or articulated anything to you guys. It's still just a lump of meat.
So yeah, I'm probably kind of searching around, seeing what else, kind of definitely keeping an eye on the ongoings of Erloser. So that maybe have like a disadvantage on any rolls, because that's just something that would probably happen. But also at the same time, definitely kind of looking around and trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay. Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and make a roll, make a perception roll.
That will be a +7, I believe.
What's the actual roll though? I can't see it. It's behind. It's
19. So
26.
26.
Okay. Awesome. So yeah. So you know you're just kind of like I guess just kind of meandering, you know, at the moment. And as you are, so you know, so you're kind of like, you know, you as you're walking, you kind of notice a strange scent from one of the candles. You just like, the thing is, you're just kind of walking by, you're not really paying attention. But the thing is, you're like, wow, that's a real creamy smelling weirdness. It just smells real creamy, you know. And you're like, that's kind of like, And the thing is, and you're just kind of like, as you're walking, like you're kind of wandering around. You're not really paying attention. You keep smelling this weird creamy scent, and then as you kind of walk by, you're like, wait, shit, that smell is coming from this candle.
Oh, well then let's go take a closer look at this candle.
All right. Upon like closer inspection, the candle is pretty like exceptionally well fashioned. Like it's not like most candles are sort of like, like just kind of like either beeswax or they're other kinds of like and they're usually just kind of like hewn or like it's like the dripping kind of stuff that they normally do, where they just kind of like they put a wick and they drip wax down it until it is relatively a candle shape. They're not like this is a shaped candle. Like this is and not only is this a shaped candle, this candle has inscriptions on it, and this candle has inscriptions that definitely remind you of something. They definitely remind you of something that you encountered when you were young. You're not 100% certain what it is, but it definitely doesn't leave you with a good feeling. It's definitely like if you were a churchgoer and you ended up like hanging out like or if you were, I'm trying to, how do I explain this? Like if you grew up a Cowboys fan or like whatever, like, and you knew that your family really didn't like, what's a big Cowboy rivalry team? Does anybody know?
The Giants.
The Giants, yeah. The thing is,
Giants,
yeah.
Redskins.
So yeah.
Eagles.
So there you go. So you grew up with some understanding of like these images or like these are giant, like it's that kind of thing. Like it's definitely from when you were younger, and it's definitely imagery that you're like, this is not like it doesn't feel evil. It just feels like this is like the shitty guys. These are the shitty team. Like this is the people I didn't want anything to do with, because that's like not my side, And there's something about these images. You can't identify them, but you've definitely seen them before.
Fucking Eagles.
Yes. Yeah.
And you said this was on the.
They're inscribed. They're inscribed in. Oh, is he gone? Matt, did you leave us? I think Matt left us.
Oh, he was here. I heard him talking, and then he.
Yeah. He was.
Might have been unintentional.
You know what it was? That fucking candle got him. I was trying to warn him. I was trying.
You're trying to warn him.
I was trying to warn him.
Told him you said
but the candle got him. The candle got him. Sorry, you're dead, Matt.
So as I was asking, I'm dead. Well, all right then.
The candle got you. The candle just erased you.
Sorry. See you guys later then.
What? Yeah.
Aww.
I mean, you said if I was dead.
Yeah. So yeah. The thing is, so it definitely is like there's just definitely like it doesn't feel evil to you. It just feels like there's a wrongness to it. Like, right? Like you're like this is not.
Is it? Well, you said it on the writing. Is it on the candle itself, or is it?
Yeah. No, yeah. So it's actually impressions
in the wax.
It's impressions in the wax. So it literally looks like someone made a very finely fashioned candle, which most candles are not. Like most candles are, they put a wick down, they dribble some wax down it, it forms around it founds, and they take it, they pull it up, and that's how the candles are made. But the thing is, like this is like there definitely was in like a mold, and they injected it, and then in that mold, part of that mold was like carefully carved these symbols. Yes. Slumber Jack says, we can't lose Matt. His beard is carrying the team. And it is. Thank you, Matt.
Yes.
So, yeah. So, the things, yeah.
Alrighty. I don't know. Hey, guys, does anyone recognize these symbols?
Yeah, that looks like the fucking Eagles. I can't fucking stand the Eagles.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a religious knowledge roll, Erlo, sir.
Oh yeah, that's right. I got religion knowledge. Let me do that. 1 second. Knowledge, religion. Where is it? There it is. Roll. Boom. I got a 16.
All right. So good. Yeah. So all right. So So you don't have like you're like the symbols like you have to take the candle and kind of like tip it around a bit to make out the images and stuff like that. But it definitely does remind you of
Reminds me of the Michael Vickians.
Yes, yeah. No, it's definitely it reminds you of the Horgothos cult. It definitely reminds you of that. But beyond that, you're not 100% certain. But the thing is that like, but you do know that like that there are like you're like, oh, this reminds me of the Horgothos cult. Like there's something about that, and you're like, yeah, there's something. There's stories about them like rendering the fat of like sacrifices, actually people in their like community, like that's like something like yeah. You're not like again. It's kind of recalling the penitent, the shriving, all of that stuff. All of that stuff kind of dials into the same kind of thing, right? There's something about people that kind of fail in the eyes of Horgothos, blah, 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 something, sacrifice, fat, rendering, candles, something, you know. What they're used for, you don't know. What they mean, you don't know. But that's all of these impressions are kind of coming up as you're looking at this thing.
I'm like filthy whore, Scothos. Yeah, so I guess I'm like, you know, yeah, this shit's bad. These are bad dudes.
Yeah. And you definitely have a much more pronounced.
And I said,
I
remember from our previous thing, I did a knowledge check, and I couldn't remember that much about them. But
Well, hold on. And this adventure is taking place before that one. Yeah. So
and I know it's taking place before it. So I guess it's possible that I could have known more and forgotten.
Yeah. No. Yes. Of course.
But I would assume that I probably wouldn't know any more than what I knew last time.
Yes.
So I would have like mentioned the same thing about like the penitent or whatever.
And the shriving and the blah 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 and there's something about this Horgothos character.
The anecdotal information that I know.
Yeah, and that you know Horgothos is in even though these people worship Horgothos like a god,
he's like a false god.
You guys treat him more like a demon, like a powerful demon, you know. Like or at least your order treats him more like a powerful demon.
Yeah. So I'd relate that information, I guess, to the rest of the guys.
Okay.
This is bad juju.
Matt, Craig.
I put out the candle.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So you put out the candle.
And I scream. I'm like, why'd you do that? No.
Yeah. You put out that candle and the sweet smell. Like it takes a little while for that sweet smell to kind of dissipate, but it does dissipate. And
like I'm like Sigfroy.
Wait, did it smell like honeysuckle?
Sigfroy?
No, it didn't. It didn't smell like honeysuckle. It was like there was a creamy smell. It was a weird. It was like a sweet kind of creamy smell. So now let's go back. Let's go back to William Cuddy. So what are you doing right now, man? You were checking out behind the bar. What were you doing?
Yeah. So I guess I see Sigroy go and put the candle out.
I mean, this is all this stuff with Sigfroy is kind of happening.
Right.
It's all happening kind of simultaneously with you actually going and checking out the bar. So as he's putting out the candle, you're kind of done checking out the bar, and which is right around the same time as Erloser is kind of finished like attending to this. Like he's just basically waiting. Like he's done everything he can to basically get this fallen guy to recover.
Right. I guess. I don't really know. I mean, I guess I could go investigate that pile of smithing stuff that we had discussed earlier.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, that's really all that's left.
You want to head over
Yeah,
there?
I'll head over. Yeah, head over in that direction and kind of inspect over there. I mean, so because I remember that I don't need to bring the jug of beer with me.
No.
You know, I know
mean, you can if you want to.
Yeah, no, like you
You
should always bring a jug
definitely
of beer.
take it with
point.
you, and you can definitely take
I'm
it
a
with you and
sailor. I
drink
like
and
beer.
start drinking from it. All booze does is make you more perceptive.
And makes people like you more.
Yes, that's also true. Yeah.
Well, that hits a little close to home. So, yeah. So I mean, I guess I could take, I'm sure I have a flask or something on me. I could, fill up my flask with some beer. I don't need to carry the whole jug with me, but I can carry a little snort with me, I suppose.
It's okay. So you're like, this doesn't smell poisoned. There,
You have a little
flask.
You have a little snifter of beer with you.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah. We'll say you got maybe a little 8-ounce flask, and you fill that up with
just something little.
All right.
So
Just something to tide you over between shots.
I mean, or tie me over between times when I need to throw up.
As a DT, as a delirium tremens career alcoholic, that's it's very smart of you to be like, okay, yeah.
Who's our
But after I do that,
wait?
What?
Who's our designated adventurer?
Well, here's the way I see that. Is that you're not a fan of beer, and I imagine that's most of what this world has, since it's easiest to make.
And wine.
Oh, okay. No, I guess there are probably a few things that you could drink with that.
And various there's liquors as well, but they're like
and point of fact, I am not a fan of beer. Airloser loves it.
yes. Airloser does love it. So what do you guys? So William Cuddy, you swing over. So now, what are you gonna check out first? So there's the furnace. There is the work tables that have been kind of pushed together, and then stacked on top of the work tables is the sawhorses and all the equipment.
I'll check out. I'll check out the furnace first.
Okay, so it's basically a fire pit with a hood, hood over it that looks like the hood actually can actually, it's sort of like a collapsible hood, so it can encompass most of the furnace except for a portion that allows access to the fire. And
there's a bellows on the side and things like that.
There's not a bellows on the side, but there definitely is amongst, you can see amongst the gear, there definitely is a bellows, and it definitely looks like there's enough space in the opening for someone to activate a bellows and still have whoever's using the smithy to be able to do stuff. So it's not like a very well thought out. It's like a cheap smithy, kind of.
Yeah,
setup.
it's like no wonder they don't use it anymore because it wasn't very well designed.
Yes. And,
okay.
And so
and the forge you just happen to notice is made out of cardboard.
Yeah.
I mean,
And the fire is just basically like a bunch of LED light bulbs. A cluster of LED light bulbs.
Yeah, it's like a pile of Christmas lights.
Yeah. I mean, hey, look, you pile those up on top of each other. They can catch on fire.
They can get pretty warm. They can get pretty. They can get easily into like the high 60s in terms of temperature.
And you can actually see a few like swords sticking out of it, like that are supposedly getting hot. But when you examine them on closer inspection, they turn out to be balloons.
Yeah, like what? What is this?
No,
I say what is up with this place?
So but the thing is there is like the thing is that when you guys came in, there definitely was like the little like remnants of a fire, and in the center of So it's a pretty sizable fire pit. You know, I'd say it's maybe 4 feet by 4. It's basically maybe I don't even know what how you. It's 4 feet by 4 feet at the edges. That's what I don't know what I forget how to determine the circumference or something like that. But it's a pretty sizable little fire pit, right? And in the dead center of it, there was a little fire that was made that was kind of providing heat for this room and also providing the majority of the light. But now it has kind of dwindled to now it's just embers, right? It's not providing a lot.
Is it circular?
It is circular. It is
pit?
circular. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be 2 pi r. So
Yes.
so it'd be 4 pi. So it'd be like
Yes.
Well, wait, what kind
12
of pie?
it'd be like
Cherry,
12
raspberry,
12 feet in
apple?
diameter.
Oh yeah. I guess that makes sense. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Wait. 4?
I like mincemeat pie.
Well, you said it's 4 feet by 4 feet. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming 4 feet is that diameter.
Yeah. No.
So
yes.
It's 2 pi r. So that's
2.
half of the diameter is the r. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
2. So
Okay.
2 times 2 times pi is 4 pi. So it'd be like 12
Well,
foot.
yeah, 12ish. Yeah. I see what you're saying. I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like 12 inch.
12 and
It's like-
change. Yeah.
You keep on talking about pie, but you haven't
Like
said what
12
kind
and a
yet.
half.
Delicious pie, Matt. It's
Pi
always
are
when
not,
pie.
pi are not squared. Pi
Yeah.
are round.
Yeah. Pie are delicious. So the thing is so it's a pretty sizable little thing. I mean, so the I'd say the entirety of this place is maybe maybe like 20 like 20 feet by 15 feet, it's not gigantic. It's not a gigantic room. So yeah, why don't you go ahead and make a perception roll? Because there's basically one thing in this furnace that you should see, and I just want to make sure. I just want to see if you spot it.
Great.
There's a giant dragon in the center of the room.
Yeah.
He's just hiding.
Blackjack.
There's a dragon hiding amongst the embers. It's a giant 600-foot dragon. It's just,
Yeah, and if I fail to roll,
600
then
foot
I'm
dragon.
totally missing.
Hiding
Yes.
in a 12-foot circumference fire pit.
he's just really good at hiding.
Hey, dragons are magic.
Yeah,
Okay.
they are.
So,
What was your roll?
21.
Okay, all right, yeah, great, you got it. So, all right, so you kind of walk up, and as you're just kind of standing over the fire, right? You're just kind of looking at the embers, and you're looking at the kind of like the like this big thing of ash and whatever. And you definitely notice some bones. You definitely notice like some white. It definitely looks like it might be a bone, kind of like it's sitting in the ash.
Okay. Yeah, so I think has it cooled down, and is the forge different from the fireplace?
No,
they're different, right?
It's the same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing.
Oh, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think what I'll do.
The thing is that like it's because of its size. Like the fire was set in the center of this fire pit, right? The thing is like everything on the perimeter, like everything like for a couple feet, it's pretty cool because you've just got little embers.
Okay, well, I think what I'll do is I'll take the muzzle end of my musket and kind of put it in the ash and the embers to kind of shovel it away to get a clearer look at the bone. Sure. And then maybe clear, so I could grab it with my hand, because I imagine as part of my light armor, I imagine that I have some leather gloves on or something like that.
Yeah.
So I
you do
kind of dig it out a little bit, and and then I grab the end of it and pull it out of the fire.
Okay, yeah, and you pull out a little bone, maybe about this long, maybe about this long. It can't really make out what kind of bone it is, but you definitely saw like as you pulled it out, you saw it with like there were other bones kind of near it. Like the thing is just like as you pulled it out, some of the ash like kind of collapsed, and you saw, oh, there's There's another couple bones right there.
Yeah. So I go and excuse me, I tell the other guys, hey guys, I found there's some bones in here. Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah.
Are you pulling out the remainder of the bones?
Yeah, I think I try to, make a neat little pile. I think,
Okay,
I'm not pulling them out and throwing them or anything.
So this is what you kind of uncover. So you kind of you put your hands into the ash and you kind of pull stuff up and you kind of you run across this little tiny rib cage and a little tiny spine and a little tiny skull, and it definitely looks like the first bone you pulled up might have been a femur, and it definitely looks like as you're pulling these things out, you're like, fuck, is this like a baby? Like, is this like
no.
Is this like a little like tiny baby? And it definitely looks like it doesn't look like it's a human baby. Maybe it's a gnome baby, maybe it's a halfling baby, but it's like a really tiny little baby. But it's definitely
a child versus like an adult halfling or an adult gnome or something.
Yes.
Now, is he in a place where we can all see this?
Yeah. You guys, all of you can see kind of see everything. Yeah.
Well, are we focusing on other parts at this point, or is it kind of?
So this is basically after you've found the candle, you've blown it out. So this is about I'd say about 2 minutes after that. So I don't know what you've been doing in this time, but and I don't know what Airlos has been. Well, I'm assuming Airlos has been taking care of the guy that is now.
I've been tending to the guy.
Yeah. But so I don't know what you're doing.
Probably also attending to what's his face.
Okay, yeah. So the thing is, so I guess, do you make any sort of exclamation, William Cuddy?
Yeah, because I already kind of said to the guys, like, hey, I found some bones in here.
Once
done.
Yeah. So he said I found some bones in here. He starts pulling them out. You guys can definitely see he's pulling out the bones of what looks to be like an infant of one of the smaller races. So either a gnomish infant or a halfling infant.
Okay. Crap. Yeah, Sigfroy is not happy by this.
So you don't do your dance of happiness.
No, that is actually reserved for other times.
Oh Jesus! I was so certain the dance of happiness was going to come out, but I guess not.
Elloser looks up begrudgingly and says, like, "Good riddance." No.
I take out my spear and throw it at Airloser.
All right, Airloser, dodge. No.
And I have to make my attack roll first. 18. There we
go.
go.
Yeah, Airloser, you're dead. No.
Well, I didn't make my.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're dead. Yeah.
It hits. It hits. 18 is a hit. So I have to roll my damage and.
No, he died. He died automatically. Just no.
Yeah. There we go.
So
only had 3 health. So.
Yeah. So he starts pulling these things out and he's holding on to them and he's like it looks like a baby, and you guys see in William Cuddy's hands what looks to be like it's a little miniature rib cage, a little miniature spine. It looks like it's basically the majority of an intact baby.
Okay, outside of this situation, step outside the game. Is this taking place before or after the mission that we never finished?
This is taking place after that mission. That mission, yeah. So you guys are definitely.
Is that the one that
you guys are
I
definitely
wasn't
aware?
there
You're
for?
definitely aware.
The results of that mission were we succeeded.
Yes.
Because we never finished that.
Yeah. So the results of that mission is you guys did save the little girl. So
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. I don't know anything about this.
So I assume Sigfroy as well. We would immediately, put the pieces together, and we would know that this was something that we stopped the previous time. These elements look familiar to us.
So and real quick, let's get Craig up to speed because I'm certain that you guys would have said as much. But the thing is that Craig, so there are elements and you guys have not really been able to just like divine who, but there are elements that are trying to sacrifice. They're using halfling children, of like and of like what I did, like what makes like one halfling child worthy and another child like no one's 100% certain, but they've been using halfling children and sacrificing them to some end. And the thing is like and it's sort of like rampant. So far, it's been
okay.
Yeah, it's rampant. So
we don't know if it's like to try to figure out what makes them halflings, or what if there's a new religion,
you have no idea. You have no
Okay.
idea. Yeah.
Okay.
But we know it has something to do with Morgothos.
Yes. And you also
That keeps popping up.
And you also know that Matt. Well, Matt, have you let them know kind of a little bit of your backstory?
Probably.
So yeah, so you know that Matt, as a young child, as a halfling, like he was being groomed for this sort of thing before he escaped. Like he was this kind of thing was like kind of like what they were setting him up to become.
Okay.
And now I have superpowers.
And
so,
now he has superpowers. Now he has the spirit of some really angry dead thing.
We haven't really dealt with that.
He's the
No, we haven't.
chosen
We
one.
haven't. And I already know what I already know exactly what it is. And you and I at some point in time we will go back and we will kind of like explore that history a bit. But yeah, I already it's already in play. So
Okay, sweet.
He's his actual name is Neo Littlefoot.
yeah, yes. So so how do you guys react? What's happening now?
I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss at this point. Does anyone else got something?
Well, I just found out about the sacrifices and stuff like that, so I'm like, oh God, like, ugh.
Is there any Mike, is there any like process that my order would go through on discovery of
Yeah. There
There
definitely is. I mean, well, the thing is like, there definitely is. There,
like are there any sort of rites or acts or anything that
Yes.
need to be performed, or
yes, yeah, there are different
like cleansings or anything?
Yeah, there are different rites done depending on whether the person was a devotee of God, of Yahweh, or if they were a devotee, or if they were like sort of like unbaptized and unordained within so the thing is like so you have kind of you have a handful of selected rites you could do over the bones of this little kid.
And
If you
and
choose
especially
wrong-
now that I've
I'm just
learned
thinking of
this,
like
I'm being more reverent, stacking them up.
Yeah,
I'm being
yeah.
very careful with them and everything.
All right, cool.
I'm just thinking like is there because this is kind of like this has an unholy mark on it or an unholy stain of a ritual that has been done.
Well, yeah.
Is there is there a way to consecrate the place, or is that something that
Oh,
we
the
would
entire
even
yes,
do?
yes, there is,
Like-
but that's actually a spell, and that's something that you're not capable of doing. The thing is, like,
Right.
you
But-
would
but
definitely
would I as a paladin, would I have to notify somebody,
yes,
or
yes, you would
like
you would
this
definitely
be something that I would have to notify the proper authorities?
absolutely you would definitely want to reach out and let your order know, and then they'll go find a cleric, or there might even be a high level paladin that could do it, but certainly like a cleric of a reasonable level, but not like super high level, could actually probably go in there and consecrate it. Yeah, but the thing is but again, so you guys you guys had no idea that this was kind of where you were going to be heading, right? Like thing is, there was no indication.
We're here
like,
to meet. We're
yeah,
here to meet somebody.
Yeah, we were heading to meet an elven agent that you guys had already had a decent relationship with. You knew he was a good, he's a good guy. Like he would not have had any truck with this. But the thing is to find this here in this situation and this yeah. So it's very curious. But at the same time, so you've got a candle, you've got the poison, you've got the candle, you've got the baby. You know, it definitely smacks of like, if not like. Anyway, it smacks of something.
Yeah, this is getting much deeper than I expected.
Yes. Yeah.
Like that's kind of what William Cuddy is thinking. Like, geez, like we keep getting in this shit all the time.
The poison candle baby. That's exactly right.
I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah.
I was going to retire yesterday, or I was going to retire tomorrow.
Yeah. Mendoza.
Yeah.
So I would say, okay, so we're here to meet somebody. He's not here. We walk into this scene, so we don't know where he is, and that's a mystery. That's something that we want to figure out. We've uncovered this scene of a ritual that happened. Apparently, a halfling baby was sacrificed. We would want to, as a person who is lawful, I would want to try to find out who that was, who all these people are, what their roles are in this thing, who they report to, who's responsible for all this.
Yeah.
Like that. Those are types of things that would be going through my mind. I'm not sure what the next step would be, though.
Well,
so we got a dude that's recovering.
I'm gonna go with beer. You guys discuss it.
It's like I'm still at that guy. So as soon as I find this out, I would probably try to do whatever I can to hasten his recovery, so that I could ask him questions, because he needs to answer for some shit.
Yeah.
So I guess that's what my next step would be. Is I would try to
and honestly, like, we don't know. Like, this guy, maybe he walked in and tried to stop it, and they got him, or they tricked him or something.
Can I slap him across the face? Can I stab him in the stomach? And can I do something to wake him up?
I mean, it's too bad Odd's not here, because he could backflip onto his back or something like that.
He could do a stunt that was so impressive it would wake him up. Did Mike go get a drink?
I think so.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Let's see here. We could.
I think that's our only recourse right now, without like.
So yeah, so we'll say you guys give it just a few more minutes. You know, like you know, as you're talking about this and as you're discussing this, then eventually you just kind of hear a groan from the fellow that's kind of lying on the ground. And he's like, oh my head. Oh my head. Oh my god.
Carlos, sir, it sounds like a perfect time to kick him in the head.
Yeah, so Slumberjack, so he wasn't actually dead. He had been poisoned. They thought he was dead. He was mostly dead. No. So the thing is he wasn't actually dead. Like whatever he'd been poisoned with, it just kind of like suspended most of his body functions for a moment, you know, and then he recovered, you know, like at some point in time, the same way that William Cuddy was poisoned and kind of managed to hold on, like he's kind of had a similar kind of reversing of the effect. So the thing is, he's coming to, and he's like, oh my head, he's like Haberson, are you there? Oh my god, what was that? Oh. So what are you guys doing? So yeah, and so he's
I'm like, hey, wake up.
Hold on. Before that, does anyone here know of Haberson?
Haberson's the spy, your friend, the spy contact that you guys. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. So what did he say? You said
he said. So he's like, oh my god. He's like, Haberson, are you there? Haberson. Oh my god. Yeah.
So I'm like, what do you know of Haberson? Like, wake up.
Oh, wait. Question 2: is Haberson his real? I forget. Haberson his real name or his assumed name?
You guys don't know.
That's the name we know him by.
Yeah. That's the name you guys know him by. Yeah. You're not 100% certain on his background and his like you guys are fairly certain he's one of the gutter elves. You're fairly certain that maybe his name is Haberson, but his last name, the Veneval name, is actually one of the high houses of like one of the high elven houses. So he couldn't be a gutter elf and have that name. He definitely behaves like a gutter elf as far as you guys are concerned. But the Haverson Veneval, like, so he's a little bit of an enigma, you know, wrapped in a mystery, wrapped in a riddle, wrapped in a puzzle, ensconced in a quandary.
With a bow on top.
Yeah, with the partridge in a bow. Yeah, Matt, you've managed to just freeze unless you're not. Oh no, you're not moving. That's what you're doing is you're just not moving. Okay, good.
Yeah, I was looking at something.
No. So so the thing is it so you ask him what do you know of Haberson? He's like he stops when he hears you say that. He stops and looks and like looks up. His eyes are like exceptionally bloodshot, and he's like oh, who are you? And he jerks like that, like to look around, and he just goes, "Oh my god!" And he just like clutches his head again.
And so I think what I do is I'll go and get some of the ash out of the furnace and put it in a glass of water and give it to him and say, "Here, drink this. It'll help you feel better."
Yeah. So yeah, you
go like this. Here, friend. I know what you're going through. Drink this, and this will help.
So you proffer it to him, and he just smacks it away from you, and he's like, "Get away from me! I don't know who are you. I don't know any of you. Who are you people? This is ridiculous."
Were we given any kind of code word to hook up with Haversham? Or...
No. Yeah, the thing is, because you guys know him, like you knew him. You know, the thing is, you didn't need a code word. You guys would see him, and he was going to fill you in on what you like. He was going to fill you in on what your next thing was going to be and where you were going to go meet up with the next person, right? So the thing is, so as far as you guys knew, you were just supposed to show up and meet Haberson, and then you were going to move on.
We're the ones who owe you. We're the ones who you owe your life to. We've saved your life. Start talking.
I am the one who saved your life.
Yeah. So yeah, he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I was here drinking with a friend of mine. I was drinking with a friend of mine, and it was magic. It was something. I collapsed. I collapsed.
And I say it was the honeysuckle. I know.
It was oh my god. Oh, the taste of honeysuckle. Oh, I'll never be able to taste. Like, he's like, he's like trying to retch, and he has nothing to retch. He's like, oh my god. Oh.
It's like if you don't start talking, honey, I have something for you to suckle.
Oh, dun dun dun,
dun dun, wah wah wah. So that's basically his response. So he's like, I don't know, like, he's like, yeah. So he's definitely on his guard.
So I say something like, well,
hold on, real quick. You guys
okay.
Definitely have one guy, one part of your team that is the kind of person that might be perfect for this kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but he's not with us.
No, he is with you.
Oh.
Who's the most charismatic man in the room?
Who also has skills able to
Sigroy, I think.
That would be
but
me.
The thing is, this is the thing. So you're
accident.
basically dealing with Sigfroy, you're dealing with a basic DC that's very high, right? Now, if you come up with a perspective, so I know you've got all, like, you've got the skill and the stats to probably make it on your lonesome, right? But if you come up with a decent role playing perspective, if you come up with a decent way to sell this guy on, like, we are people you should trust, you know, and you should definitely, like, then that DC diminishes. The better argument you make, the lower the DC, right? So the thing is, so right now it's very high, and then basically whatever. So if you want to just roll for it, you can totally do it, and then that's awesome. But if you don't make it, you don't make it. But if you want to do a little bit of role playing and make a case, then that will impact the DC.
Right. So I just look at him and it's like, look, we were here to meet you. We were here to meet Haversham. I guess something happened. Do you know where he is? Or no, that wouldn't make sense. We were here. We are your friends. We want to know what is going on just as much as you do.
You should add like a
Aberson,
before that.
Aberson, we were just drinking. We were just drinking. Like we weren't meeting anybody. What are you talking about? Oh my God, mate. So there is something. Well, I know. All right. So I don't want.
Right.
I think is I don't want to give things away, but there are things that you guys, the three of you, amongst your power, could do to help at least ameliorate this situation a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure what to do because I don't know if it's the greatest role play to just like try to beat the shit out of everybody when they don't want to talk to us.
Well, yeah, I would venture a guess that it's probably not, right? The thing is, like, how often in your practical life has beating the shit out of somebody done good things for you in your life? You know, like that's like
he clearly knows.
Yeah, I can't say that backhanding somebody across the face has ever worked in my favor, to be honest.
Yeah.
He clearly knows Haverson, so couldn't we build on that and like assure him that we know Haverson too? Maybe give him some information to let him know that we're like, I guess if they're friends, then we're friends with him. So we should be friends.
Well, and you guys know more about Haversham than I do.
Can we just get his name right? His name is Habrison, Haberson, not Haverson.
Oh,
Haberson.
Okay.
Yeah. Just let you know. Yeah. So Haberson.
So we know this hairy dude. We know Henderson. Can't we just like let him like know that and like try to? Is there some way that we can say, yeah, this guy we know who's this tall, looks like this. We're friends of his. We've done. Is there some way we can let him know that we're on the same side?
That he told consistently?
Yeah.
Well,
like, was there something that
first off, so let me kind of break this down. So because I don't think you guys are finding yourself in the exact moment, right? So things like, so think about this. So you're seeing a guy who is in what is apparently extreme pain, right? He's clutching at his head and he's trying to hold a conversation with you, but he's also in extreme pain. And the main interjection that's occurring while you guys are talking is that, like, so the thing is, like, so you're seeing this guy who is definitely in serious pain as he's trying to, like, so it's making it very difficult for him to even hold a basic conversation, you know,
to even think.
So I lay my hands on him.
Okay. That's disgusting. Really? That's what you do. Jesus Christ. This is not the time for sexual harassment.
I give him a little rub and tug.
I mean, in theory, like, it could make him feel better, I guess. But that's not exactly what I was going to suggest.
Happy endings all around.
I mean, I do have my little flask of beer, but I don't know that he's going to want to drink anything.
Are you actually casting lay on hands, or should I just do
either you can do lay on hands or either I can do lay on hands or you can do heal
I'll do cure light wounds. Cure light wounds.
Cure light wounds.
Okay, cool. So
Oh yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So the thing is, so he's just clutching his head and he's like, we weren't supposed to meet, and you kind of walk over and you just you touch him.
But before he does that though, I don't know how my weapon is. If it's like in the scabbard, if it's buckled down, like sometimes you have a. Yeah, I'm gonna unbuckle it
You always
on his revolver. If he
unbuckles
his revolver.
if you've got a scabbard weapon, it's always going to be there's always going to be some little like thing you have wrapped around it so it doesn't slip out of its scabbard, right? I think
Yeah. So I unbuckle it and I have my my palm on my hilt on the pommel.
Okay. All right.
Like ready to just grab it and pull it out and and I just sit there like a cop with his hand on his revolver but not pulling it out of his holster. That's the imagery I evoke.
Okay. So yeah, and so Sigfour, so you walk over as he's like we weren't even supposed to talk, we weren't even meeting anybody, and you put your hands on him, and you just feel like you feel him just kind of collapse into his legs, and he just starts kind of sobbing for a little while. He's just quiet, and you can tell he's just kind of losing it, And maybe about 20, 30 seconds later, he kind of comes up and there's he's got and the thing is just he definitely looks like he's been pretty far traveled, he's covered in just dust and whatever, and so he just kind of looks up and he's like, all right, so how do you know Haberson? And don't lie to me. I'll know if you lie to me. Tell me, how do you know Haberson?
First of all, it's Henderson. No.
You lie, sir.
Yeah, and then he just fires lightning bolts from his fingers. You guys are all dead. Sorry, that was the end. Yeah, no. What?
So we know Harrelson from work. Harry is an old work friend. We used to be coworkers.
Yeah, Harry Henderson. He's the big Sasquatch guy. He's the guy we're supposed to meet here.
We've worked with him. We've done several missions with them.
Guys, it's a friend from work.
Yeah. I know him from work.
Missions.
Or missions. I don't know if we call them missions.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I mean, you guys. Yeah, you certainly would talk about him.
I just straight up say, we know him from the Resistance.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. God, I had no idea. So you were meeting him here. That's why he brought me here.
Yes.
All right. Well, then that changes everything. So I'm on your side. I'm, however, on their side. I'm what you would call a double agent. And I've been infiltrating the cult of Horgothos for some time. And I had set up this. I had told him that I had information on. Well, I had information on the opening. I had information on there's a dagger. There's a dagger that well, it's not even really a dagger. I can't really talk about it. But there's.
So have you was he the only one that you spoke with? Was there any other people that you met with when you came to this?
That was the thing is I told Haberson. I mean, the thing is that we were supposed to meet here. We were gonna talk for 30 seconds. I was just gonna tell him what I knew regarding this implement that is. I mean, you are initiated, right? All of you do know. Now you guys don't have no. Again, you guys just discovered the initiation.
Well, I was going to say, we
just learned about it in the main quest.
Yeah. So you guys have no idea what the hell he's talking about. The opener.
But
thing.
I would imagine.
I was going to say.
Lie, like we say, oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I was going to say, a dagger. You say. This wouldn't happen to be a dagger that we might encounter.
That Raywin Malarath of the House Malarath is gonna enlist us in her
future point to recover for her.
Yeah.
But no, I would say to keep him talking. in my most convincing voice, like, yes, we have been initiated.
Well, then good. Then you know that yes. So this is an opener implement, and the thing is that like, and it's very powerful, and there are already actors moving in place right now trying to retrieve it, and we need to get to. I need to get this information to the appropriate people, of whom Haberson was able to like. The thing is that like the Horgothos, they're not part of the elven oppression. They're not part of it. They've got a whole completely other agenda. I know. The thing is like I know as you guys now, I know you guys know what I'm talking about. Like no one believes it on either side. No one believes it, and it's killing us. It's killing us because this is the war that we should be fighting. Is this war? Fuck the elves. We should be fighting this war. And we're not, and we are going to find ourselves caught. We're going to be caught with our pants down, and it will be all over for all of us, for everyone, for every living creature on this planet.
Well, and I say, well, listen, friend, what is your name, friend? My name's William Cuddy.
My name is Girin. He's a Girin Trilliger. Girin, you wouldn't know me. I'm a no one. I'm just a.
Well, Girin, I like to when I meet people, I like to know their names.
Well,
I'm Girin, good to meet you. Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
I understand about Horgothos and everything, but let me ask you: Did we noticed when we found you that there was a beer mug near your hand? Did Habersham by chance give you a beer?
Haberson, Haberson, Habrison, Haberson. Did Haberson?
Haberson.
Yeah,
Haberson.
yeah.
Yes.
Harrelson. Yeah.
No, that was proffered to me by the barkeep. Like this, we picked this place almost last minute. One of my compatriots, someone that's not connected to this entire conversation, had suggested that we come to this place because it was a brand new place. It was like it's way too young for anything. You know, it just appeared a couple days ago. How could there be? I mean,
there could be forces that we don't know about. Maybe they learned of your situation. Because it appears that you were poisoned by somebody. We don't know who, but
yes, it was certainly the barkeep. It was certainly like the barkeep was the one that poured me the drink and brought me So certainly I'm definitely looking forward to talking to him again. I'm certainly excited to do. But so Haberson, you did not see Haberson. So
we did not see him. No, we walked in here and you were on the ground.
And did you do this? And he points around the room, like he looks at looks at the blood and looks at all the tables and all the things scattered. He's like, did you do this?
No, everything. No, we don't know who did. It was like that when we arrived, so we don't know who did that.
So Haberson has been either killed or taken. That's not good. That's not good at all. He's the only one amongst the resistance that knows anything about what I've been working towards. Like he doesn't. He's the only one that knows about. Other than the three of you, I'm assuming that you are, because you're initiated, you are not even part of the resistance, right?
And I look at my compatriots and I say, I kind of give them a look like, I could use a little help here, guys.
We're using the resistance as a methodology to gain information.
Jeff?
No, that's what I tell him.
No. He's like, okay. I mean that makes sense. That makes sense, but this is so confounding.
What?
Like the information I had was we need to find Haberson. We need to find him immediately. We have maybe an hour. We probably have less than an hour.
Do you have any information where he'll be, or where he's going, or where they're going, or where they're going to take him?
I don't know, but I do know that he was. I do know that there was a woman from the House Ellereth, I believe it is, that was trying. He was saying wanted to meet with him tonight, and he was desperately trying to avoid that meeting. So he showed up here for a moment, just to say that we would have to have this conversation later. We got to joking. It seemed like everything was safe. We figured we would just have a drink together, and that would be it. And then he would go on his way, and we would reconnect in a couple of days. And I
And that's the
collapsed,
last
and
thing you remember.
That was it. Yeah. So the thing is, this woman from House Ellerith, I believe it was what was it?
Now, would I know if he mentions House Ellerith? Would I know like is this a house as in like
House Ellerith is the same house?
I understand that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like is House Ellerith, is it like multiple people who are part of a house that have different locations?
Yes.
Or is there like a one location where they're all located?
Every major elven house has maybe like 50 main family members, right? So like there's like cousins, there's like the main household, right? So that's like the fathers, the fathers, the daughters, the grandsons, the grandfathers, the grandmothers. Like there's the main line, but there's also a bunch of cousins and stuff. So if you assume that these elven households, they also procreate, like they have kids at like maybe every 60 years or every 80 years. They're because the elves live 800, 900 years. They will have like the thing is, yeah. So like House Ellerith, there's probably maybe 200 people connected to the family that are actually of the House Ellerith, and then there's probably 600 or 700 more that are tied to by marriage, are retainers, are people. So every elven household is a pretty significant player in St. Marn.
Okay, so but we wouldn't know just by House Ellerith like a location.
No, you wouldn't.
So that's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
All right, so we know.
Although, really, truthfully, the place that you went to, 12 years ago, where that place is pretty close by. The place where all of the evil that you encountered, that place is pretty close by.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, we should probably go. I'm just trying to think if I'm guessing my character would put that together.
Yes.
Look,
He would know that, and then but would he want to bring? I guess he would. He'd want to bring these people because he knows how dangerous it is.
Yeah.
Would he want to return?
Look, guys, it sounds like Haversham doesn't have that much time. If we're gonna save Haversham, we're gonna have to get there quickly.
Harperham, Ibrahim.
Woody Harrelson. Let's go.
Yeah. Happy Ho.
We're gonna go save Happy Hogan.
Higgledy Piggledy.
Oh, and now I feel terrible because I forgot the guy that we saved. I forgot his name.
Kieran.
Kieran.
Guys, take fucking notes for Christ's sakes. Just open a notepad and just type in the goddamn sounds, and you got it. It's that easy. And then the great thing is that then if we're all taking notes, then it's then it's easy for us to recover what we if I miss something.
Kieran is spelled B-O-B.
Yes.
I spelled it Gearin'.
Yeah,
Your
As
computer.
as long as it allows you to remember, like I spelled it Giron, but it's pronounced Giron. So whatever allows
Okay.
you to remember how it's pronounced, that's awesome. Giron. Yeah.
And Woody Harrelson. Okay, so I would tell them, I was like, guys, I'm not sure, but I know a place where House Ellerith has performed rituals before.
and very nearby.
It is very nearby. We could go check that place out. I must warn you though, this is extremely dangerous.
Yeah,
I'm hesitant.
I'm
hesitant to return there
Yeah,
myself.
just to remind you, Jeff, just so, and you can let them know how much you want to convey of this. But the thing is, this was the one place you've never encountered evil of this nature. You've never encountered this is definitely a very this is a place you want to return to. Not at all. Every atom in your body is going, no, can we just not do it here? So
I'd basically tell them that. I'd say this is not a place that I ever wish to return to. However, if we must, I won't shy away from my responsibility. But I have to let you know that this is and I turned away and cut it. I'm like, have you ever seen the movie It?
It's a movie.
Yeah, movie. What is this word movie?
That's the one where
when the little kids have to go to the house to fight it, and they know that it's a dangerous place, and they're really scared to go, but they know they have to, and they go. That's
and then
me
they all
right now.
die. They all die horrible deaths.
I didn't see that one. I'm not a fan of clowns.
So that's what I tell them.
Okay. Listen, I'm down for it.
You shouldn't be.
Let's go.
You shouldn't be.
All right. Okay. So yeah.
In my best Yoda.
So yeah. So you guys all decide and so Giron's like, he's like, give me a moment to collect my breath, and I need to find a weapon. I do have a place not far from here where I've stashed some things. I always like to have a little cache of, a backup supplies in case. I will join you if you will allow me an opportunity to collect enough stuff so that I can properly arm myself.
We only allow a fourth person in this party if they attempt to do backflips onto boulders at regular intervals.
I actually do perfect backflips onto boulders all the time.
Oh, welcome aboard.
Yeah, I am the backflip onto boulder master.
All right, yeah, welcome to the team.
Thank you. So on route, I'd say maybe 3 or 4 blocks away. So the place, actually, really truthfully, the place that he wants to take you guys is sort of the opposite direction of where you recall the place being, Jeff.
Okay. How I guess when we start heading the opposite direction, I would probably ask how far is this place? Because the other place is right.
He's like, it's just a couple blocks up that way. It's up this way. You take a jag to the right. You make a jag to the left, and then another jag to the left, and there's gonna be a little crate that I've stored some stuff inside. It's covered with a cloth. It's been made to look like trash.
Well, it probably is trash. Wonka wonka wonka.
Well, I
can
guess
suck
I'd say,
my
okay,
dick,
well,
you
let's
fucking little head.
let's make haste.
All right, yeah, okay, yeah. So, all right, so as you start heading over there, Jeff, it's funny, so you guys make your first jag to the right, and you're like, wait a minute. And then when you make the jag to the left, you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. How this is not the neighborhood. Like you're in the wrong neighborhood. The thing is like you are coming up, you are quickly approaching the place that you're quickly approaching the Ellerith house you just were at. Or no, I mean like the Ellerith house that you're heading towards, but it's in completely the opposite direction. But you know you're approaching it. You would know this little stretch of like alleys, like I mean they're emblazoned in your memory.
So I tell the guys, I'm like, this feels odd, guys.
What?
This is not right.
Gearing's like, what? No, it's just right up here. It's just right up here.
I look at William Cuddy and I'm like, and Sigfroy, and I'm like, this is the house, or we're coming up on the house. This is the neighborhood where the house is, and I know it's the other direction, but we're coming to the house.
So are you telling me some kind of black magic is in play or something?
So yeah, I need all of you guys to go ahead and make some will rolls. Make some will rolls.
Will rolls.
Oh, willpower.
Willpower rolls. Yep.
I will roll
one of those in a while.
Nine plus.
Ooh. Craig got a
no
1.
willpower.
And then what was your roll, Jeff?
I got a 16.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So the thing is like so Jeff, you're the
13.
only one. Like Jeff, you definitely know something is very. It definitely feels. It feels magic-y. It feels wrong. It feels wrong. The other two guys are like, yeah. You're like, what are you talking about, man? We're just following.
A 13 isn't enough.
You are totally just. You're like Girion is like trying to take you. Like he just wants to get his stuff right, and he's saying very reasonably, it's right up here, and you're noticing Jeff Erloser. You're noticing Erloser kind of start to lose his shit. But you also know that Erloser. Like he was already losing his shit when he realized, oh, we're gonna go back to this original place, right? So the thing is like, so you guys, so both William Cuddy and Sigfroy, you guys are like Jeff might be kind of losing his shit.
What's up, Jeff? Or what's up, Erloser?
I'm losing my shit, guys. I think my name is Jeff. Guys, this is not right. None of this is right. We're in danger right here, right now, where we're heading.
Gentlemen, you're not in danger. Just let me collect my stuff.
Shut up.
I can't go into combat with no weapons. Can I?
Shut up. I don't give a shit. We're in danger.
Can I make
no.
What's it called?
No, not right now. There's no more rolls, dude. Like you guys have your marching orders. Jeff has his marching orders. We have to play this out till it's to its fruition first.
I was gonna just say okay.
Unless you want to cast a spell or something, Matt. But it has to be casting a spell from the perspective that you currently have, right?
Well, so my thing is, I've known Erloser for how long now, and I've known this guy all of 5 minutes.
Yes, but however, what I'm saying is like you definitely saw Erloser kind of losing his mind, not losing his mind, but like being like, oh God, we're gonna have to go do this. I know I don't want to do it, but we have to go do it. And then as you guys are walking, you see him that perspective become a lot more pronounced, and he starts saying,
and he probably has a good reason for not wanting to do the thing.
Yes. However, you in that moment did not have the perspective to see that. Instead, you saw him as somebody kind of losing his shit, right? because you guys missed the perception roll and he didn't. So the thing is like, so you guys are looking at him going like, dude, you're losing your mind over something that's nonsense, right? And so the thing is,
my point is that when how often do you take the word of a stranger over your friend that you've known a decade?
When your friend is behaving in a way that seems ridiculous to you, and that's what's happening right now, right? The thing is, like, you guys are walking through streets that you know, in the narrows that you know. You're walking to a place that he's literally giving you directions to where he's going to get you there. You guys are following those directions. It's completely in the opposite direction of where Airloser said it was. And the thing is, like, and so you guys are like, all right, we're gonna go pick up these things, and then we're gonna follow Airloser over to this place. And Airloser starts freaking out midway towards picking up the things. Following the exact same route, he said it's straight up there. It's a little jag to the left. It's a little jag to the left, a little jag to the right, then a little jag to the left again. Like that's the thing is like, and you're still following those directions, and Airloser is kind of losing his mind now.
Matt, do you watch South Park at all?
No.
Okay, I was gonna say I was gonna say pretend I'm acting like Tweak, but wouldn't get that reference.
Yeah. So the thing is,
he's like always scared of everything.
So you guys, right now, as far as you guys know, when you guys left, you were like, okay, we've got a plan of action, and the three of you and Garen and William Cuddy are all following that plan of action, and suddenly Airloser just starts kind of losing his mind. Right.
Which my thing would be, I would stop and see why he's losing his mind.
Yes. All right. No. Yeah. So no, that's fine. But what I'm saying is it treat it from that perspective. Treat it from the perspective of like, dude, you're freaking way. Like, don't go like, oh, you're totally right, because that's
And that's not what I was trying to do. I was trying to say what's wrong, Airloser.
Okay. All right. So yeah. Okay. Good. So let's take it from this. I'm gonna let you guys run this conversation. Yeah. But yeah, let's take it from here.
What is up, dude? Like, what's going on? What?
None of this is right. None of this is right.
About what? Like, we're just picking up stuff. What's going on?
This is the area where I was before.
And you guys know, and you guys know that the way he described the area was, this is not that area, right? So you guys know that.
Which is what I was going to lead up with next. Okay. But that's not, you didn't say that earlier, where you said it was that other place.
I don't know how, I don't know why. It's the other way, but we are here. This is it. We are at the area. We are coming, we are going towards the house.
The house where all the stuff happens.
Yes.
Okay.
So do we need to kill Garen? Do you think he led us astray intentionally?
Yeah, I kind of just look at Garen. So where's your stuff exactly?
It's right. It's exactly where I told you it was. It's exactly where I told you it was. I said we head up this way. We take a jag left. We take a jag right. We take another jag left, and it's right there. It's literally it's 30 yards up that way, and then it's just a jag to the left, and it's right there. Like if you want to stay here, I'll go collect them. And then
I think we want to have you be with us.
Well, then what? All right. So your friend here, I Airloser, your name, yes. That's like the thing is like I don't understand what's going on with you, man. And maybe you've been ensorcelled, but the thing is like I can if the three of you want to continue on this journey and go find Haberson by yourself. I will give you leave to go ahead of me, and I will follow you 15 minutes later. But I am going to find him. I'm going to find him. I'm going to recover him. He is a close friend of mine, and he's my primary contact in the Resistance. He's also the only person in the Resistance that I knows of our unique circumstance amongst the openers and the closers. Which we all know.
Slightly out of character at this point, Mike. You said in the Resistance. He said in the Resistance.
Yes.
Earlier, he was mentioning that he wasn't a part of the. He wasn't a part of the.
He said he's a double agent.
He said he's a double agent. He said that Haberson is his primary contact in the Resistance. So the thing is, as a double agent, he's going to only have one contact, right? So like that's where he's giving the information to. So he's saying, he's like, look, if you want to jettison me, that's totally fine. I will wait a little while, and then I'll go after Haberson myself, and maybe we meet up, maybe we don't. But the thing is, like, but I'm not going to be waylaid because of your friends' apparently crazy perspective, because it's just right up here. It's literally right there. I could run there and be back before you could say you can't get there in time 10 times.
Well, I think you're I think you just don't understand how quickly I can say you can't get there in time. I'm pretty fast at that.
So you're like, well, why then give it a shot?
And I'm like, don't you dare move. and I pull my sword out.
Oh, you pull your sword. All right. So yeah. So Garen puts his hands up and he's like, and he points to Sigfroy and William Cuddy, and he's like, "Is your friend insane?"
In the membrane.
And I say, I've come to trust Erloser's judgment, as insane as it seems on the outside.
Well, then, all right, then what? You're just gonna kill me? You're gonna do what? Like, what are you gonna do? Like my life, I spend my entire life.
You're going to walk slowly forward, and you're not going to be out of my sight, and my sword is going to be at your back the entire way.
All right.
Hey, listen, bro. I don't think it needs to be at his back. Like, if he starts running off, then
I look at Sigfroy. I look at Sigfroy, and I'm like, my sword is going to be at his back.
The man says your sword is going to be at his back.
At what point does your sword leave my back? When we're attacked by fiends?
If we are attacked, you will have my sword at your defense. But until then, you will walk forward slowly. You will make no sudden movements, and I will be ready to cut you down should you do anything to endanger us.
That I can totally agree to.
So where are we going?
Walk.
Yeah. All right. So you guys start walking, and Jeff, you're like as he starts moving forward, you're like this is like you realize that if you make this left, this is literally taking you straight to the house. It is literally.
Now, could I okay, so we're coming up to a left. Is there anything that I could say, like, when we round this corner, there will be a whatever, like, is there a landmark I could point out to prove?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. You should like to say So things, there are lantern ensconces that the last time you were here they were not lit, right? There are these little places where they were like these little like kind of bulbous glass lanterns, or actually really these sconces for these kind of lanterns are all throughout the Narrows, but most of them are either broken or just completely empty. But the last time you were here, you remarked on. At least you mentally remarked on the first time you walked into that alleyway that led up to the house. You were like, "Oh wait, crazy! Like they've got some of those old lanterns, like some of those, like they were ancient lanterns, And so, yeah. So the thing is that that there are definitely those sconces, if not the lanterns. There's definitely those sconces kind of leading up to it.
And we can't see them from where we are, but I know they're around the corner.
Yes.
Okay. So as
and they only kind of lead up to like places of imports in the Narrows. So like it's usually like some of the bigger houses, some of the more wealthy. I mean, of course, there's not that many wealthy places in the Narrows anymore, but back in the day, all of the wealthy places used to have these like sconces kind of leading up to them, and so. Yeah.
So as we're walking forward, I don't turn or anything. I keep my eye on Garen, but I kind of like lean over, like towards William Cuddy and Sigfroy, or if they're on either side of me, back and forth between them or whatever. And I tell them, and I try to do it quietly. Like, Garen may be able to hear me, but I don't speak in a loud voice.
Yeah.
But I just watch. When we turn this corner, there will be sconces, and they will be etched or carved in this manner, and they will lead up to the house that I'm talking about. And I point that out to them. So that's proof that I am not insane.
Yeah.
When we get up there. Now, if they're not there, then I'm clearly insane.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. So
but
Garen.
It's like a statement to say.
Yeah. To justify your. So Garen. So Garen, of course, is maybe what, like 3 feet ahead of you, 2 feet ahead of you. Like, what's the distance?
Like, what's the length of my sword? Like 3.
Yeah, it's probably 3 feet, right?
4
so
feet.
Yeah, so you keep it right. You keep it right at his back.
Yeah.
Okay. So all right. So this is what happens. So he.
Or maybe he's a little bit closer so that I can extend my arm and cut him.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. So yeah.
If he's at the entire arm length, then he can just run away, and I'd have to run after. But yeah, like a little bit closer, so maybe like 3 feet away from me.
Sure. So when you guys, so you've got your sword right on him, and he makes the left first, right? And so he kind of clears that left maybe a second before you do, maybe like a second and a half before you do. And the thing is, and the one thing you notice is there's no light coming from the alley that he just turned into. But when you make that turn, so he makes a left, you follow immediately behind him, and the moment he makes a left, you just notice these lights go all the way up the staircase. They start turning on, and he is gone. So you walk around, and
man,
you see all these lights start popping up.
And I'm like, I turned to Sigfroy and William Cuddy. I'm like, fucking told ya.
Suck it, bitches.
Like, oh shit.
And I thrust my pelvis out and like throw my hands toward my crotch, and I'm like, suck it. I told you, motherfuckers.
Like the diamond cutter.
Yeah.
So he's gone. So that guy's gone then.
Well,
yeah.
Did he like straight up vanish?
No. Well, so when you guys failed your willpower roll, that there was something that actually happened there that you're not aware of because you failed your roll. So, yeah.
I mean, I got a 13 or 14.
Yeah. No, that's not. Yeah.
So there's what is the wording on detect magic? Because it's pretty obvious that he has now used some form of magic.
I've got detect evil, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to detect a lot of evil.
Yeah.
I guess maybe I should have cast that on him before.
Yeah.
But he's a double agent, so he might seem evil even if he's not really.
You detect magical auras. The amount of information revealed depends on how long you study a particular area or subject. So I would, once I see him disappear, I would more or less instantly start channeling this detect magic to see if there's any like aura, obviously, around me.
Yes. So you definitely notice. So you're casting detect magic, right? So where are you facing? Are you facing in the alleyway that where he are you facing the alleyway? Or not the alleyway?
I would be facing the last known location of the guy.
So into the alleyway with the sconces. So you cast detect magic, and you definitely notice a nimbus coming off of the actual lanterns. But there's nothing more than that. The thing is you definitely do notice there is because there is a lot of fog in this just the alley itself, not fog in this, like there's a lot of fog in the alley, and that fog itself also has a magical aura to it.
I don't have any other good spells that will help in this situation.
It's magic fog.
Do you guys want me to start shooting in there?
Just firing wildly.
Firing wildly. I mean, I could.
I look at William Cuddy and I'm like,
nothing like random gunfire.
There's a city ordinance against gunfire.
Random gunfire down alleyways.
I mean, you can do that, but I would have to cite you.
Don't tell me about the law. I am the law.
I am the law.
I'm the law.
So if he was just obscured into the mist, then guys, we should go in after him.
And I'm like, yeah. No?
I mean, so we've got a choice here, right? We can either go after Garen, or we can go to the house, right?
Which the house is according to Jeff, the house is straight ahead. You know, but now of course the house according to Jeff, the house was in a very different portion of the neighborhood that you're in right now.
Yep.
So
but somehow we've ended up there anyway.
Yeah. So somehow you've ended up.
Yeah, but that was like a decade ago. He mistook where the house was. Let's just go on in.
So yeah. So the thing is, so Garen has disappeared. You've got this evil house ahead of you. And you guys need to kind of figure out. I have to definitely use the bathroom, so give me 1 second. But you guys need to figure out what you're going to do. The thing is that this still will resolve itself within the next 25 minutes. So it's not a lot more.
Oh, that's what you think. We'll have plenty of unlucky rolls and stuff like that. I guarantee. So Matt, you want to go after Garen then?
The mist is what he is using to conceal himself. So that most likely means that he's using the mist to conceal himself. It is a magical mist. Although there could be multiple things that could.
So you think, okay, so it's just magical mist and it's not like he actually teleported somewhere else or something like that.
Not entirely sure, but that's my guess.
Okay.
It's my running hypothesis.
So guys, we shouldn't go in this house. This is beyond us. This is not.
Well, then what do you propose we do? Go home?
We don't want to go in this house.
What do you propose we do?
Should we go after Garen? Like, if you don't want to go in the house, that's cool.
We should call the authorities. We should contact my order. We should bring backup. This is not right.
Yes, but that won't progress the plot at all.
I'm telling you what my character would say. So if you want my character to change his mind, how would you change his mind? He does not want to go in this house.
I tell him that won't progress the plot.
Okay, that's not a valid answer. That's what's a plot? I don't understand. This is real life. I don't understand what you're talking about. What's a plot?
He would understand what a plot is. So it's what happens.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will advance the plot. We'll fast forward a month from now when the order sends in reinforcements and.
Look, this guy is most likely. He's the only one that would have the knowledge to be able to, or he's the only one that would have knowledge of where our contact was. On top of the fact that he is also the only one that we can hold accountable for the death of that halfling.
Yeah. Remember when the one that I was pulling out of the forge?
That there's no way he could have gotten too far. I know of no magic that can simply teleport a man. We're wasting our time.
Except for the spell teleport.
Shit.
That's a thing.
Yeah, there is a spell called teleport. But I can promise you that spell was not used in this. And there's another spell called Gate or something like that, or Dimensional Portal or something like that, depending on what version of D&D we're playing. But
so Erloser, I'm just letting you know, Erloser was already hesitant to do this.
Yeah.
Now that the house has moved, or it appears to have moved, and the person that was supposedly helping us has disappeared and is clearly against us, things are not going to plan. He is even more hesitant now to do this. If you want to do this, you have to give him, and he doesn't give a shit about a halfling. I mean, he cares about law and order, but
well, I mean, it's kind of a mediocre show, though.
What do you mean it's kind of a mediocre show?
Well, he said he cares about law and order. Like, I'm not really a fan.
What about Criminal Intent?
Take it or leave it.
So like, I don't know. If you want to just go in the house, we'll just go in the house. I was trying to tell you that Erloser needs a reason to do this, and he does not have a reason right now. He would rather call, like the last time he was here, he was with paladins who were way more powerful than he is, and he got owned. And they appeared to have been very very troubled by what they were doing here. So he is not looking forward to being here.
Like, is this part of his back? Is this something that I missed? Is this another part of what I missed? Like when I
this was in our introduction.
Yeah, this was in the very beginning backstory stuff.
So okay, so to tell you what happened to him, so we'll recap because he would have told you guys this.
Yeah.
He as a young initiate in the order, I guess.
Like 13, 14 years old. So like not with like the ability to really do much other than just be present. You know.
But he was with his master, who I assume was probably more powerful than he is right now.
Oh yeah, just demonstrably so.
And he was with it was two other people, right? It was
the head of the order and
the head of the order, Lady Jezerine.
Yeah.
And the Sir Palamide.
Yes.
Yeah, because I remember something there that was about, like, there was a meeting that Erloser had witnessed between those two people, but I didn't know that there was combat involved.
It was basically like an exorcism. We went to this house that we are at right now, and there was some sort of ritual. There's a female elf that was like splayed and hung up in some sort of demonic ritual, and then during the ritual some malevolent force like kind of took over my mind in a way, like everybody, like time stopped, and this force spoke to me directly, and I could not do anything.
I remember. I apologize. I didn't remember the particulars. I remember the general gist.
After this whole thing, and
this thing was like I'm gonna remember you. Like he's like you've got a special place. You know, like I'm gonna remember you. It definitely was like a like, oh, you've got an important role to play in this, you know, in our interactions. You know, so.
Yeah, and the even like Lady Elder Justine is my master, mentor, or whatever, and Lady Jezerine and Sir Palamide, all of them were shaken by this experience.
Yeah, and I think if I recall correctly, the actual evil thing to you Erloser, was like, you will be mine. You something like that. You're like, you will be mine,
but I believed it was Yahweh.
Yeah. Yes.
So I don't want to be here.
Yeah, it was all fucked up. Yeah, it was a lot. It was lots of fucked up.
I mean, think about.
Well, then let's pack it in, boys.
Think about the worst experience in your life and try to imagine going back there and doing it again. Like, would you want to do that?
Yeah, no, probably not.
Would you want to go back to that cave, Sigfroy, and witness your family being murdered again?
Well, I didn't actually. It was more of a verbal or audible
Audible,
thing.
yeah. You heard them being murdered, yeah.
Would you want to hear your family being murdered again? Like, I'm just trying to give you some reference to my frame of mind. So, I would say, from a story perspective, there might be a way that you could get Erloser to go through with this.
And I'm saying I don't know it.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm not sure.
Which makes sense. All right, so are you guys saying that you the three of you sit there like literally at the doorstep of this place discussing this, and you're like, you know what, you're right, like we're not like considering that Erloser has outlined, like, I had the head of my order there. There were other senior paladins there. They weren't able to deal with this. Like, the thing is, all they could do was like relatively contain it within this place. We had to leave. The thing is, so you guys are like, okay, well, we are not even of that ability. We're gonna walk away and we're gonna go. I know. So what are you gonna do then? So the thing is, if you know that your friend Haberson was taken away, according to the guy that just disappeared, who seemed like he was a good guy until the moment he disappeared. He was leading you to this place, saying this is where Haberson might possibly be. You know,
he said this is where his weapons were.
Oh yeah, well yeah, no yes.
I said that the House of Ellerith had previous things happen at a house that I knew was nearby.
Yes. And then, but then Girin was saying, I know that Haberson was trying to desperately avoid a meeting with a woman from House Ellerith. So you were like, oh well, I know there's a House Ellerith household just a couple blocks from here. Maybe we should go check there. And then Girin was like, all right, well then, yeah, let me go collect some weapons so I can join you guys. And so on the route to get those weapons, suddenly you found yourself walking up to that house that you had encountered. That was House Ellerith's house. So apparently the house that you were going to, you don't even know if
could you somehow, Sigfroy and William Cuddy, could you somehow reassure Erloser? It's all good. It's all good, baby daddy. It's all.
Here, can I have the bluff skill. Can I bluff him and say it's okay?
Okay? That's fine. That's fine. You guys walk away, or that it's fine that you enter the house.
That it's fine that we enter the house.
I'm just looking for a compelling reason for my character to want to do this, and
okay.
I don't see it yet.
Okay.
So
that's
where my character.
All right. So Craig. Yes. So the thing is it like, so yes, you can. I mean, so this is a very weird thing because like affecting one player affecting another player, like you don't usually leave that up to a roll. You leave that up to role playing, right? But the thing is what this is my thing. So if you wanted, Jeff, if you're willing to like leave it up to a roll, like what I would say is that like I would be willing to set the DC predicated on the argument you make. Predicated on the argument you make, Craig, I would be willing to allow you to bluff against an unknown DC. But what I'll do is I'll check in with Jeff and be like, what do you think this DC is? If he says, yeah, that set definitely sounds like it'd be right based on your argument, then that would be the thing you would have to roll to hit.
What's the bluff though?
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. So if you guys agree to this, so this is sort of like a contested. So right now Jeff becomes a little bit like a DM because what you're gonna do, Craig, is you're gonna say, yes, I want to tackle this. You make your argument. The DC will be anywhere between 15 and 25. When you make your argument, I'll reach out to Jeff and be like, hey, Jeff, I think the DC should be this. If he agrees, that'll be the DC, and you have to roll against that.
Okay. So basically,
Okay, I can get behind this.
yeah. So the hard part is figuring out what my argument is going to be.
Yeah.
So this would be.
Let me give you, because I know Craig, this is kind of new for you, this whole role. So let me give you some tentpole arguments, right? So the thing is, so first off, Haberson is a friend of yours, right? Haberson is a friend of all three of yours, as well as Odd. You like this guy, you know this guy, you trust this guy, right? So he's in danger. You definitely know he's in danger because you definitely saw the results of a fight. You also saw the results of like dark magic. You saw a baby skull. You saw what is at least a candle maybe made out of human tallow. You know, the thing is like, so you know he's probably in mortal danger. And the thing is that like and third off, the thing is like you're in a place that, like, as far as you're concerned, is not like, you know, you've never really encountered a lot. Like, this is the Narrows. It's just the Narrows. It's not a place of dark magic, right? You know, so the thing is but I think your strongest argument that's going to work with.
So you've kind of laid it out for me, you know, and I appreciate you helping me out because that's what I was really struggling with.
Sure.
But I think what my argument will be is like, so Erloser is very, you know, he's very interested in justice and, you know, and helping, you know, those in need, you know, and this is from my perspective.
Yeah.
You know, from what I've seen of Erloser, he's interested in justice, helping those in need, especially those who have been, good friends of ours, who have been possibly hoodwinked or, you know, taken advantage of or something like that. And, you know, this guy, you know, has really, you know, he's, you know, not only is he a good friend of ours, but he has information that we need, you know, to kind of help us with, you know, figure out what what's going on with the resistance and the Yawo versus the,
well, that's something you're not even aware of, like the Yawo versus Horgatho stuff. You're not even aware of that yet. Yeah. Like he was intimating that kind of stuff, and you're like, all right, yeah, like you guys are playing coy, but like, yeah, you've never even this is the first time you've ever even heard this. You know?
But I'm still interested to learn, learn more about it.
Sure.
You know, so that's kind of the argument that I would make.
Sure. Awesome.
So that's what I'm thinking.
Okay, so make that argument now. Tell us what you're saying to Erloser.
Okay, Erloser. Look, you know, I know that, you know, you've told me in the past that this was a very traumatic experience for you, and everything, you know, in your past and everything like that. But, you know, I know you to be a man of, you know, of honor and justice and wanting to help those who are in need, especially those who have, you know, helped us in the past and are known to us and good friends. And I implore upon you to set aside your misgivings about going in and let's go and find our friend and save him. Because not only is he our friend and it's the right thing to do, but he also has information that could possibly help us in the future.
All right, Jeff, I'm sending you a text right now. Give me 1 second.
All right. This is exciting.
Yes. I shot it over to you now. Wait, no. Add a question mark to that last word.
Okay.
Question mark to the last word.
All right, hold on.
So it really depends on how deeply those you would think them coupled together would resonate with you.
Yeah, I feel like there's one thing missing So
It's the penis argument, isn't it?
split the diff.
Okay. So yeah. All right. So yeah. So we got our DC. So go ahead,
Okay.
Craig. You got to roll, man, and you got to roll
roll.
well.
Okay, so I'm going to roll my bluff.
Yes.
And here we go.
Don't fail.
What do we got?
It was 7.
All right. Well, you just convinced Erlosa that you're his mortal enemy.
Oh, great.
And he drew his blade on you.
I stab you in the gut.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. You're stabbed.
No.
in the gut.
Do we have somebody that's more charismatic?
All right. So, if we do have somebody that's more charismatic is going to try to bluff, the thing is it like?
Well, I don't
It's like-
have the bluff ability. I have the diplomacy ability.
No,
Diplomacy could work.
either than work. However, you will be at a negative because Craig just failed. So
Yeah.
the thing is like so. Yeah. So you should definitely when someone's trying to convince someone of something, if you don't step up, you should definitely step up and be like, all right, guys, let me handle this because I'm the guy that's good with words and influence.
Well, we got another shot.
Yeah. But you do have another shot.
So, look, we need to resolve this really quickly because we only got like 5 minutes. So at this point, I'm just saying, let's all go home. Look here, Loser. We need to be able. We don't know what's going on here. There are forces at play that matter greatly beyond, or that are much more important than it even sounds like this entire resistance. If Harisham was to be believed. And we
Harisham.
need to,
Yeah. What is hard about Habersom? What is hard about Habersom? Habrisom. Habersom. It's easy.
we need to know what's going on here. And sitting around and sitting around here is not going to get that done at all. Hersham.
Yeah, Habersom.
We need. If I understand that you've had issues here, in
How
the
can
past.
we hope to stand against this power?
Who says we need to stand against it? Who says
It's going to be standing against us.
Then yeah, sure. That doesn't mean that doesn't necessarily mean that we need to stand against it. It just means we need to get out alive. And if we can get out, or if we get out and we have more knowledge for it,
what power do we have to draw upon to even hope to get out alive against such a force?
Yeah, and again, really truthfully, like you guys have to recognize, like he's saying he's encountered an evil that is like if he told you the story, like there was blood and viscera and shit hanging from the things that were dead but they were still alive, they were still writhing, like this is some pretty evil and intense magic, right? So.
Well, look, you didn't have a guy that had mage hand with you last time.
True.
We have.
Hold on.
What are we holding on for?
Hold on. Exciting.
I don't know what I'm holding on for. Oh, that's what I'm holding on for.
What are we holding on?
What power do we have to stand against such evil?
Well, we have each other.
Oh, that's oh my god, that's the best answer ever. Oh, that's so fucking Disney, man. Come on. That's the most Disney.
I promise you that wasn't texted to me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to draw it out.
I was gonna get to something like that. It just probably would have been less Disney.
So with the strength of his friends behind him,
Mm-hmm.
Erloser will reluctantly
Turn around and walk up the stairs. Okay, great.
and run away. No.
Yeah. Yeah, so you guys push up the stairs, and again, like every step you make as you climb these stairs, it gets more whatever the fog is gets more and more pronounced. So eventually, like you hit the top of the staircase where there's a little landing. It's maybe 3 feet in width and maybe like 7 feet in length. And in the middle of that 7 feet, there's a door. And so you get up there and the door is locked. The door in front of you is locked.
Okay.
I mean, I could shoot it.
You could shoot it.
always with the guns, man. Like it's your answer to everything. When
Shoot it.
When all you have is a gun, everything looks like a target.
Exactly. Well, especially because I don't have my short sword yet, so all I have is my gun.
Yeah, because your short sword died in that last battle.
I take my long sword out.
Hold on. Move an action. You can propel. So, I'm curious. Reading the wording on Mage Hand, you point your finger at an object. It can lift and move it at will from a distance. How articulate can Mage Hand be? I guess is my question.
You're saying to unlock? Like you know what? I would. This is my read on that. If you were to have like a couple hours, and you were to continue to try using Mage Hand on the lock, you might be able to get it open. The thing is that because it's just a simple mechanic, and you can just definitely keep like focusing your will and figuring it out. But it's not something. It would definitely take you a while if it's a relatively simple lock. If it's a lock that was designed specifically because they're like, all right, this is gonna be tough to pick. Probably not at all, right? Because the thing is like,
oh, I just mean like instead of trying to pick the lock with Mage Hand, I just mean like.
Open the door from the other side, or like yeah, and that's what I'm saying. The thing is like regardless, it's gonna take you because you don't have any feel, right? You can't feel the spell.
You don't have any sight on the other side.
Yeah. So you don't have any sight. So you could keep trying, like, all right, because it's basically where you're focusing your attention, right? So you can be like, all right, I'm assuming it's this kind of lock, and I'll try to turn this thing, and you can just keep trying that over and over and over. It's like trying to break a simple password, right? If it's a 26 key with symbols and spaces and whatever, you're probably not going to break it. But if it's an 8 key like only letters and no caps, yeah, it might take you an hour, So the thing is like, so it really depends on the kind of lock you're up against. You don't know what kind of lock you're up against right now.
Okay, so I can't try like my basic 3. I know I've done it on these locks before. Try those, and if they fail.
Yeah,
are we sure that it's locked? Like, did anybody check it to make sure that it's not,
I did say that it was locked, so that it's
okay.
So I
was gonna say I'll take out.
I'm assuming you guys got to the top of the landing. One of you checked, and you're like, oh shit, it's locked.
Yeah. Okay. So I pull out my long sword and I hold the tip of it between my thumb and my index finger.
Yeah.
And I try to like pick the lock with this huge long sword sticking out.
All right, roll a 1d1, and if you get a 1, you got it open.
A 1d1.
Yeah. Hey, got it. No, you don't unlock it.
Hey, I'm still rolling.
No.
William Cuddy, would you like to use your foot key?
My foot key?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll kick the shit out of it.
Okay, although I definitely think Erloser, if you're going to try to kick it open, Erloser is definitely the guy to try to kick it open because he's got.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that, Mike.
What?
I rolled a 1d1.
Wait.
I got a 1.
Hey, you got a 1. Odele.
Hey.
Wow, you got it open. So yeah, you kicked the door. It went open. You didn't use your sword, but you kicked it open.
So, so I'll try to kick the door open.
And you do. Yeah. It
Yeah.
actually opens pretty easily. It seems like it wasn't. It seems like it might not even. It felt the way you kicked it open. It felt like it wasn't even really secured at all. Like if you try to like open a door that is barely holding on to the latch. If you try to push the door that's barely holding on the latch, and you're like, oh, that's locked, and then you turn it and you're like, oh shit, no, it's not locked. That's effectively what you encountered. And so the moment you guys kind of stumble inside, the fog is gone, but there's no light inside. The same thing that you encountered, Jeff. When you remember when we first walked in, so you enter. There's a little 8-foot entryway, and then to the right there's 2 staircases that kind of go up. Mm-hmm. And that's where you encountered,
like on either side of the
and then between those staircases, that's where you encountered the woman that was hanging amongst all the viscera, right? So you guys kind of approach kind of quietly. Now, all right, so you have no light right now. So the door opens. You can kind of see in a little bit from but there's no light. So what are you gonna do?
I touch Erlos's sword and cast light.
Okay. So Erlos, your sword starts glowing. You guys walk inside.
I freak out and drop the sword. No.
Yeah. All right. Okay. And the sword attacks all 3 of you. Let's roll initiative. No. So
I shoot the shit out of it.
Yeah. So you guys kind of enter and you approach that, like you basically turn and look at the staircase like and this is you can feel just by the way that the air moves and the way the sounds reflect around. This is a huge place, but there's a main staircase so you enter inside the main foyer. You make a right as you enter, and there's this big room. It's a big like vaulted ceiling room. And there's these 2 staircases going up around. There's a door between the staircases. There's a door over here on the left, which is where you actually, if you recall, Jeff, that's on the left is kind of where you really encountered all of the crazy conversations, the Yabo stuff, But the thing is that like, but right ahead of you see he looks like he has been just tortured beyond tortured, like one of his eyes looks like it might have been burnt out. Like he has wounds. He has a hole. He has 2 holes in his hands that you can actually see. You see Haberson. He's right in front of you, and he's just like splayed out, and he's just been brutalized, absolutely brutalized. And there's nothing else happening in the place.
And I'm like, all right, there he is. Let's go. We found him. Let's go.
Okay, so you guys turn around and you leave. All right, good job. Good job.
We ended it in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Nope, sorry. I had something I was taking care of real quick. So is the guy, so Haberson is in the same position as like the
no. He's definitely in the same spot. He's in the same spot, but he's not. Yeah. He's not like because she was suspended by viscera. Like she was suspended by like guts and organs and sinew and like she was hung up.
Intestines.
Like intestines. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the thing is he's just lying on the ground. He's the only thing in this place. Everything is completely devoid of furniture, anything, and he's lying on the, and he looks like he's been just like you're not even certain if he's alive. The thing is, but he definitely looks like he's been fucking like his arm is one arm has a compound fracture. Like the other hand, like the wrist is bent in a really odd shape. Like so just looks like he's been just brutalized.
The light on my sword, like about how far does that extend?
60 feet.
Okay, so it's pretty bright.
Yeah.
Like it lights up the whole room. All right. Well, I would probably say, and how big is this area? This like what foot by what foot?
I mean, I'd say it's
like
20.
Are there any
30 feet in length?
Or?
It's 25, 30 feet in length. Maybe another 20 feet in width, and then like 40 or 50 feet in height. So it's a pretty huge room.
But we've got it pretty well illuminated.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, you can't see everything, but yeah, you can definitely see a lot.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say tell them to stay close.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I guess if we can see everything in the room, maybe that's not as important. But well, anyway.
I mean, it's not a bad suggestion.
I'll say it anyway. I was gonna say to them, stay close, and then I walk slowly towards harassment.
All right. I'm gonna put it in the chat. God damn it.
It's Haverson. I know what it is.
Haverson. There you go. Haverson.
That's what I wrote down. Haverson.
Yes, it's not that hard. Haverson. Yeah. Haverson. Yeah.
This is in my notes right here. I'm copying and pasting.
Okay.
Paste. Boom.
Yep,
Look.
I see it.
Look. That's exactly what I wrote down in my notes.
Haverson
Guerin.
Haverson Guerin.
You said Guerin. So I wrote Haverson. I wrote Guerin. So I walk over to Harrelson and and I tell them to stay close.
Okay. Yeah.
We just like fucking with you, Mike.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. So yeah.
All right, and so yeah, I see that
like I'm assuming I'm point and they're like behind me.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And they're and maybe even walking backwards or like kind of in a three-person circle.
Yeah,
like
just making like a triangle.
Yeah, maybe, like keeping an eye out for the rest of the.
Sure.
So we walk up to dude.
Yeah. Haverson. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you walk up to him and you can't tell. I mean, you can't tell if he's alive or not. Like he definitely looks like. Have you seen The Wire?
Mm-hmm.
No.
You remember Omar's boyfriend? What he like when he's left on top of the car? Like he looks like that. He looks like he's been fucking ravaged.
Is that in season 4?
I don't remember how he looked.
It's in season 1 or 2. It's pretty early.
Oh.
It's early with Omar. Like remember Omar had a boyfriend and they caught his boyfriend and they fucked him up.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't survive. They fucked him up and he didn't like they left him on top of a car. But
it's been a while since I've seen the show, so I don't remember exactly what happened.
But, you know what? Fuck you guys and your stupid memories. God, this is stupid. I'm done with this. No. Yeah, I know.
Was it kind of like when William Wallace wrote in worse?
Not that bad. Not that bad.
And hit him with the face.
It's not that bad, but it's like half that bad. They don't like show him his own viscera, you know, like
It's Haberson that bad.
Yeah, it's Haberson that bad.
I think that might be the first one you've done all night, bro. I feel bad. Like, what's wrong?
Yeah.
This is a serious episode.
Yeah, it was. It was a very serious episode.
Yeah, it is.
So I would say that we I don't think I can pick him up and hold the sword. Maybe William Cuddy, you pick him up and we just get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the sound of that.
Like that's what I want to do is I want to leave this place.
Okay. So in what order are you guys leaving? So I'm assuming tell me what order you guys are leaving.
I would say that if I'm carrying Haberson, then I should probably go first.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, I'm imagining say we're back to back.
Yes.
We walk in a circular triangular pattern over to Haberson.
You collect him. William Cuddy's dragging him out
with Sigfroy and I facing opposite directions, keeping an eye out while William Cuddy's in between us.
Yep.
William Cuddy walks ahead of us, and then I walk backwards with my sword pointed out, and Sigfroy is kind of pointed in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
And we're both kind of keeping an eye out with William Cuddy behind us, heading towards the. and we're walking backwards.
Awesome.
And we're walking at the same pace, trying to keep close together.
Okay, so who's the first? So William Cuddy's the first out the door. Who's the second out the door?
I'd say Sigfrid.
Okay, yeah. So Sigfrid, you get out the door, and then Jeff, just as you're leaving, you hear this like kind of like quiet like, you will be mine. You will be mine in time.
And I'm like,
Wait, is that the same voice?
Yes, it's it's the same voice that he heard 15, 20 years ago. Yeah.
And I'm like, no.
No, you're wrong, man. You are so wrong. Dude. Yeah. So the thing is
like how far am I as I hear this? Like from the door?
I mean, it's you're hearing it. It's in your head. You're hearing it in your head the same way you did before.
But like how far am I from the exit when I hear this?
I mean, you're right as you're leaving. Like so, the moment Sigfrid leaves, the moment Sigfrid is clear of the building, you hear. Like it's suddenly like and time also stops again. Like the thing is like you see him leave and you're like and you just hear that like he's like, yeah, you'll be mine. Don't worry, in time you'll be mine.
Ooh, that's man.
Yeah, so I just
someone's got a secret admirer.
I just turn and get the fuck out of here. I don't think I do anything else.
All right. So you turn and jet. All right. So yeah, good. All right, well, so that's the end of this session. And we can definitely pick this up. Like if we find ourselves in this same configuration, if you guys want, we can definitely pick it up. Kind of like where you like what happened with Haberson. If you guys
absolutely, because there's so much stuff to unpack.
Yes.
With what happened and everything like that.
Yes. Like and there certainly is.
There's a lot to unpack.
There certainly is. There's a gigantic amount of like with Girin and even where his escape occurred. Basically, I will let you know his escape occurred when you guys all failed your will roll, and it didn't occur.
I had a 16, I think. But
it didn't occur. Like he didn't force that will roll. Someone else forced that will roll, which is why it was a high difficulty check. So.
Yeah, good job, guys.
Yeah,
good job failing that.
Yeah. Way to fill that role.
I don't think you have much room to talk, bro.
Yeah,
I think I got the highest out of all of us.
But
you know what I think?
He rolled a 1.
But again,
I rolled a 1.
He did roll a 1. And the thing is, and again, the thing is like these side jags, you're usually kind of up against, like you're up against the people that you'll be up against deep into the storyline, right? So the things are, so they're going to be much dramatically higher level than you are now, but you guys will eventually level up to the point that you're able to face them on par with them. But right now they're dramatically higher level than you are.
They're way stronger than us.
Yeah. Because the thing is, So the thing is, like, so that's, and they're not, and the thing is, and that's why they're not actively moving on you, trying to destroy you. They're like, these are just impediments. These are nuisances. We don't need to really deal with these guys. We'll just take care of this situation, you know. But yeah, eventually at some point in time, you guys will start running across the actual movers and shakers, and it'll be awesome. It'll be awesome.
Cool.
Nice.
All right, well then, why don't we shall we shut the? So we're gonna shut the stream down, guys, and then the rest of you guys, do you want to hang out, stick around for a little recap?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Absolutely.
All right. Awesome. Well, thank you for those of you in the stream. Thank you so much for showing up, and we're hoping. I really do hope you're digging the show. There's a lot of work that's been put into it. I know there's a lot of story that's kind of like slowly but surely unveiling itself. But hey, right on, Slumberjack. Awesome, man. Thank you so much. And and we'll be doing this again next Wednesday. And somebody's watching me. I always feel like
somebody's watching me.
Hey, Bobcat, how you doing, man? I love you guys. I really do. Thank you so much for showing up and being a part of the stream. And yeah, I'll see you all soon. And yeah, I'm doing this again tomorrow, live streaming, playing music tomorrow. So if you guys are around, come join in. If not, then hopefully I see you soon. All right. Love you guys. We're out of
Thanks
here.
for
Thanks
watching.
all.